Let's double check it on the YouTube. Says receiving your content. Your audience will be notified momentarily. And there we go. We are live, boys.
Hype!
Hype, hype, hype.
Super hype! The night
boy.
before classic.
'Twas the night before classic. And all through the house, the fudge rounds were ready. I was wearing my best blouse.
We literally are.
No, anyway, we're going to give it a second for people to get in here. I'm not doing the whole wait 20-minute intro thing this time because we are just ready to...
Too hyped.
Ready to friggin' rip! Ready to...
The hype.
Let's do this, bros.
Ready to rip.
Ready
So,
to rip.
welcome to anyone watching currently. I am your host, Atacas. We've got Pohgren, GraysForDays, HypnoticBud, and Thermophile. Thermophile is joining us again because we are super stoked for today and tomorrow and whatnot. We got a bunch of stuff we're going to talk about. Specifically, obviously, the fact that the game is coming out tomorrow, that we have been waiting 13 motherfucking years for this game to come out, and it is finally here. We're going to talk about server queues and just overall server issues and whatnot that could be a potential thing. Just go over maybe some diet stuff, overall health. We don't want anybody dying during this shit. And week one expectations.
Week one expectations. Damn,
Yes. But before we get into anything crazy, Grays, what you got going on, my dude?
Oh, I'm actually going to be doing a 10-minute ice cream challenge, basically. Give me another 5 minutes. We'll jump into that.
Oh, God.
I'll start it up after we get one of these segments rolling.
If you're not doing that thing that kid did where he had, like, the cone and he was just, like...
Bathing
in it.
I
want you to be like, I am vanilla, and just stick your face in it.
Yeah, and then just come out with an entire face covered like in fucking Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello! I am vanilla. I have become the vanilla.
About, guys, I'm going to give it about 10-15 minutes. I'm about to do basically my Classic WoW tribute for the community. I'm hyped. I want to take down a gallon of vanilla ice cream in under 10 minutes.
I feel like no one's asked the real questions. Are we just going standard vanilla, vanilla bean, French vanilla?
That's the real question.
We gotta know. Häagen-Dazs. Are we going high-end?
I'm talking Bluebell homemade vanilla ice cream, bro. Original.
Damn, bro.
So that's gonna drop in about 10-15 minutes. We might roll into health. We can have different topics to talk about. I mean, we could even start with that right now. What are you guys gonna be eating during the stress test? Personally, I actually need to go to Walmart.
Stress test?
For the official launch.
I ain't doing no stress test.
Alright, classic launch is our stress test, not the video game stress test. Is that a little better, right?
Hey, I like
that's
that.
what he meant. That's what he meant.
I like that.
Okay.
No, that's what dude. I've got a million things going on in my head right now.
About to rip him a new one.
So I'll start. I think the topic was mainly my idea. So something I've actually heard a few people go over is just their diets, what they want people to be eating, what they think is smart to eat, what's to eat. Things to remember: certain foods are diuretics, are going to make you go to the bathroom more often, not in a healthy way, right? Chugging coffee, iced tea, you know what I mean? Tons of sugar. All of that's going to be bad for you. Things to avoid are just going to be energy drinks. And if you do want to do an energy drink in the morning, if that's your thing, consume a lot of water to even it out. You know what I mean? Personally, I've got a beef stew in the crock pot, right? Because I'm going hard. I'm hoping to have a week 1 rag kill with my guild and TL. So, all of us are going to go hard. I've got snacks such as like beef jerky. I've got pressed fruit bars that are just like legit just fruit, no sugar, right? No added sugar. I've got salad with chicken, just like baked chicken strips for like lunches. I'm trying to go like as minimally processed, but still, quick and easy to eat meal prep. I might prep more meals after after next Tuesday.
Yeah, I
But
feel
I've
you.
got the 2 weeks off. Yeah, it's gonna be.
True.
Yeah.
Justin
am-
Atwood says pizza rolls. Lots of pizza rolls.
Pizza
Pizza rolls. As we were talking about earlier on the CWL stream we did earlier, I have become woke to the wondrous world of power bars. Quest makes amazing power bars, and Atacas has an entire video on them, and they're fucking fantastic. That is literally, I'm gonna have a box or two sit next to me. I want to go pick up those cookies too. I'm really curious about the cookies. But
Oh, I forgot the
they're
main
damn
thing.
good.
I forgot my main thing, right? Because I constantly need to snack on things. I have
that oral
tons of
fixation.
popcorn. I have tons of popcorn, just
Tons
like
of
the low fat, the low butter, like the
Yep.
diet popcorn. You know what I
Diet
mean?
popcorn.
Diet
Diet
popcorn.
popcorn.
Diet
Because
Diet
it's like an
popcorn.
entire bag, right? An entire bag is 100.
Diet popcorn.
So it's, and you can eat it for like hours. So that's gonna just be able to keep me, fixed.
Yeah.
So I don't have to eat something crazy.
I'll show everybody what I got going on over here. I've been posting it in my Discords, but I got like, there's a tub of protein powder that's got like nothing but protein in it. There's some casein that's got melatonin in it. It's gonna help me go to sleep. Got protein bars there, protein cookie, protein bars, more protein powder, freaking
All
beef
of them.
jerky,
All
beef
of them.
jerky, veggie straws, and then a box of fudge rounds because you got to have a little bit of fun.
Gotta
You
have
forgot about
some.
literally the case of zero sugar monsters.
Oh yeah, I have an
Oh, yeah.
entire
Gotta have the
case
case.
of
I think I
these.
saw that picture. Yeah.
Gotta have the case,
Sugar.
man.
Have the
Bruh.
case, bro.
I spent $150 at Costco today.
I'm gonna grab this image real quick and I'll pop it in chat for
Yeah.
you guys to see this. This is kind of ridiculous.
And I
You
got
also
a
got like 20 pounds of beef.
Yeah, I got it was a 7-pound pack of beef that's in my freezer now. My mother's actually gonna be super awesome and just cook a bunch of stuff for me and bring it to me throughout the days. So I don't really have to do much. I got snacks for in between meals, and I got somebody cooking the meals for me. So, but yeah, it is probably
Lucky.
kind of cheap for Costco. I didn't go too hard. I just got like the snack portion. I didn't get like all the fixins.
Yeah.
Hey,
But,
Pohgren,
yeah.
I just sent you my mini fridge if you want to snap that in there too.
Oh, that's a gorgeous one
Because-
too. That's like
Dude,
dock level beautiful.
It's legit, dude. It's legit.
the other
Anything
one.
you are feeling. I even have champagne in the bottle,
Damn
waiting to hit
sippy.
60, dude.
Bruh.
Champagne bottle.
You
for
gotta,
real.
but, like, I don't personally drink, but, like, y'all can go and get shit-faced to the point where you black out, and you'll keep leveling, and then you'll just wake up and just be like,
like,
whoa,
Wake up.
I got, like, 10 more levels last night. I'm feeling pretty good. You just have somebody
Like-
else level your character for you.
I gotta grab Dawkins. Dawkins was hilarious. He's got like a 36 pack of beer in there.
Oh,
He's got a bottle of Jameson in the top.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I bought the big boy bottle of Maker's Mark
boys
too,
here.
but I'm not
There
gonna
you go, Maker's
drink
Mark,
while
there
we
you go.
level. Gotta,
Okay.
I gotta keep it straight while
Yeah,
we're
got-
leveling.
gotta
You know,
maximize
that's
efficiency.
that's for after 60, dude. Just poof, I'm gonna blow that sucker off.
I don't know
early
what
at
I'm gonna
60.
do at 60. I might just, like, I don't know. What am I gonna eat? What am I gonna drink? I don't know.
For the horde.
Oi, somebody just subbed. Thanks for the sub. Appreciate it.
Boom. Got a sub in chat.
Love it, love it, love it. Daniel Pearson. I don't even know if it was from watching this. He might have just been watching my videos. I've been getting so many subs lately since it's like the last week before launch, dude. Like I had a
Been
video.
fantastic.
I put a video out 2 days ago that's already over 10,000 views. That's freaking absurd
Oh,
for my
nice.
channel.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's
Thanks,
dope, dude.
It's just a general video. I mean, it's got useful information, but like it appeals to the masses, I guess, and that's why. Because most of my stuff's been like kind of targeted on like certain classes and stuff.
Yes, sir.
But
Yeah,
that would exactly
personally-
be it, though.
I
Do what?
haven't even been streaming since probably they shut down the original beta,
Mm-hmm.
and I've still been getting like a constant flow of followers from Classic Loud Out Live. I have a guide and just a few other spots, and I'm just getting a constant flow, 1 or 2 follows here and there. You know,
Mm-hmm.
for a smaller channel like mine, every single follow is
Yeah, for sure.
It's crucial, man. Crucial.
Yeah, I'm just so pumped, man. Like, when I was streaming the beta, I was getting so much love. It was just good vibes. It was everybody just hanging out, just chilling. Like, we were just living the dream. And that was just, like, a pseudo dream, you know? Like, it wasn't real. It was just like it was like I was watching the dream through someone else's, like, dream cloud or whatever. But, you know, tomorrow, it all changes. everything,
does.
everything that we've
Yeah.
ever wanted.
My body's not even ready, dude.
My body is
still not-
ready. My
I'm still
body
not
is
registering
ready.
until I step foot into it. I'll be like, this is real. like my body's not even you know, it's the night before Christmas, dude, and my
Yeah.
body's not even prepared. It's
I
like,
feel
come
you.
on. You'll
Oh,
probably
we
hit me
didn't
right
run-
before I go to sleep. I'll be like, oh, I can't sleep now. Thanks, body. Like, you just realized classic's out tomorrow.
Outside of a gallon of ice cream, what's Gray's got in the fridge?
Yeah, what are you gonna be toking on, dog?
I think I got like a lot of organic, like Raisin Nut Bran.
Okay.
I got some sugar-free Gatorades. I've got
Yeah, the zeros, bro.
2% milk. Yeah, chocolate milk. Just white milk. I don't know. I'm still doing a lot tonight. I'm doing a lot of preparations. I'm like I said, I've got like the next 10 hours. I'm gonna go do some shopping, set up some stream stuff, and then pass out early in the morning. Be ready for the Classic WoW launch. So I mean, it's still a little bit to be determined. But yeah, that's the other thing, man. I'm kind of finding myself under pressure. I'm almost feeling like I'm caught. Like I don't feel like I'm ready for the launch to come out. Like can you be ready for the official Classic WoW launch? I know that you can be more prepared, some more than others, but I don't know. Would it be a bad thing if you weren't? If people like just getting off work, they didn't have all their leveling routes planned out. They don't have their weapon progression planned out. They don't have their quest planned out.
If they even
You know,
need it.
That's
yeah,
something,
if they even need it.
That's
Is
something we
that
need to
even a
talk
big deal?
about, though, man. This is a big deal right now. Joanna's website is down. It
down?
Urgent.
Okay.
It got flooded too hard, and he's like freaking out right now. And if you go to it right now, it says service unavailable. So
Wow.
Damn,
that's not
dude.
good.
So much money.
Yeah, I have to pull an audible and use the ClassicWow.live leveling guide. You can still, I think,
Yeah.
there's been places where people have like ripped off the PDFs and put them up for people to use for free. But I mean, every time I found one of those, they're like gone. Like I already paid for the month thing of just like $5. I was like, I don't care, it's $5. Dude's put in a ton of work, whatever. But yeah, then I go and look at it and it's gone, and I can't find PDFs for it. So ClassicWow.live leveling guide. I'm pretty sure it's pretty much the same anyway. There's just a few little different intricacies here and there.
I
But-
still have on my computer my original copy of that leveling guide
Oh
from
no.
back then. I've been using it's not the same hard drive by any means, but I've been transferring data over that one.
Yeah.
I have that. I legit have those files
Yeah, that's it,
from back then.
if he
it
doesn't-
has changed a sizable amount. I
Yeah.
actually helped him. I helped him with a couple of quests with some wording on a couple spots in the newer version that just sounded a little weird. He knew what he meant, and obviously I kind of figured out what he meant, but I messaged him on Twitter and stuff because, you know, I was testing it out in the beta for him. He was really appreciative. He's a really cool guy in
Mhm.
general.
Well, that's something. Does anybody know if Vanilla Guide works? Because Vanilla Guide worked on private servers. Does it work on?
Vanilla
idea.
guy.
They have to rewrite it. Anything, any mod, any add-on at all has to be rewritten.
If it hasn't already been rewritten.
Let's
If it
find
hasn't
out.
already been.
We're
And they're
find
gonna
out.
change. They're gonna change a lot. They're gonna restrict a lot, like piece by piece. So even the mods that have been rewritten, they're gonna need to be rewritten again. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep, that's definitely different. So, to go back on subject on what we were talking about, for preemptive gameage, I have obviously, I think Pohgren. Did you link my mini fridge? I don't know if you did.
Yes, I did link your mini fridge.
Yes, my mini
I
fridge.
saw that. It was good.
That's stacked up to the gills with, you know, coffee with Powerade Zero, 3 different flavors to
I'm watching
everything.
Devin freak out right now. Sorry.
Oh yeah, he's going crazy.
He's just like, ah! Ah!
He's got the full main out. He doesn't have it pulled
Yes,
back.
full main down, hands in the air, like
Like
it's
a
happening,
crazy
baby.
person. Just to see their passion is great. I
Yeah.
love it.
No, I know I know a lot of people gotta get prep done. Sorry to get distracted like that.
Yeah.
We got people
No,
taking
that's-
photos of their fridges. We got people doing shopping trips. I'm sitting over here going, I get 1 day. Fuck. I
Yeah,
don't need a
'cause,
prep. I get free lunch at work the next day.
Nice. Nice.
That was
No,
nice of
Awesome,
I-
man.
I mean, I will have. I'm gonna tilt this real quick so you guys can see behind me. I got my little workout station ready. I got my bike. I hit a flight path. I'm hopping on that bike and I'm pedaling the entire flight path as hard as I can. It's gonna suck if I get the wrong flight path, but
It'll keep you going a little bit there.
exactly.
It's big.
But I'm gonna be probably streaming for at least like 8 hours my first night, and then I'm just gonna go to work the next day tired. So
So that brings up part of the whole health thing that I really wanted to mention. So that getting on the bike, right? It's common sense to a lot of people. Not everyone realizes it. Maybe younger people aren't going to realize it because they just invincible. You know, I was too for 30 years. The reason you want to do that, right? For anyone who doesn't know, you want to get off. You want to just get your blood pumping. When you're sitting down, there's main arteries and veins in the back of your legs. That when you're sitting down, blood pools in your legs and doesn't go anywhere, right? There's nothing pushing it. Your blood can just start to clot from there, and that's what generally people will die from over gaming. So if you just do like some simple, I've got stairs here, just one flight of stairs, run down the stairs, run up the stairs, you know, every so often, it's really going to help you out in the long run, and you're going to be able to stay gaming longer, and you're going to be healthy longer while doing it. There's simple little stuff like that, and knowing the reason why, I know always helps. Just saying to do something is one thing, but knowing the reason why, definitely.
Yeah.
like after a long session of just sitting in the chair, your back and your lower leg muscles are really jacked up. Normally get down on the ground, do some stretches, lay out, like get your body back into positioning as it needs to be. Go lay down, go to sleep, do what you want to do, go grab food, stretch it, work it, get it. You need to get those gains in game. You need to get those gains on your body on outside the game.
I've got all my, well, not all of them, but most of my weights drug in here. I've got a barbell, I've got 2 dumbbells, and then I've got probably like 200, 300 pounds of weights, something like that total in here. So I'm going to pretty much do the same workout that I normally do at the gym, but it's just going to be like modified into purely dumbbells and purely barbell stuff. But yeah, so 10 out of 10, you need to be doing something. Like, you cannot just sit for that long. You will get a blood clot and you will die. It's not a joke.
Nope. Take care of your body and it'll take care of you. Salty food.
It's hard to level in the hospital.
Like, I got somebody in my Discord right now. I got somebody in my Discord who posted literally nothing but like I got some Equate, bottles of water, Red Bull, and then tons of ramen noodles.
That's
oatmeal
bad.
pies. Yeah, it's bad. A loaf of bread. 3 cheese mac and cheese packs pre-made. Barbecue flavored potato chips. That's not really the way you want to go. That's dangerous.
Gaming's never considered that healthy, you know.
Yeah, I mean, but there's things we can do. Like, it's all about just being more responsible nowadays. We're adults, and we can handle it.
You see that? You see that? I just linked it. Look at it.
If I bring that up, is it going to open in Discord or is it going to open in a web browser?
It's going to open a web browser.
Okay, just making sure. I didn't want it to mess up the cams.
It's not gonna mess with Discord.
Yeah, that looks terrible.
Damn.
This dude's got like 6 freaking jugs of applesauce back there. What the fuck?
Well, that's not that bad, I guess.
That's not that bad. No.
Dude, no,
Like,
applesauce.
peanut butter's not
Applesauce
bad.
is
A
absolutely
brand new
loaded with
toaster,
sugar.
coffee maker.
I mean, I'd be like PB&J. I'll do that. I could do PB, but I have to have natural peanut butter. I'm a stickler now. I've had natural peanut butter. I actually like it more than normal peanut butter.
I don't understand the thought process with the 2 bags of bread for all that shit. Like you're telling me that you only need 2 loaves of bread for all
What
that
are those
food.
white cans in the back? Is that
White
condensed
cans?
milk?
It looks like. Let me get into another photo here. It is drinking. It says water, I think, on it.
No.
4-pack.
Oh yeah.
Is it distilled water?
No, does that say chunk light? If that says chunk, oh yeah, it's cans of tuna. They're just stacked on top of each other and shrink
tuna
wrapped.
stacks.
Yeah.
Tuna ain't too bad.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what he
tuna's
means.
pretty good.
Okay.
It's just sodium, but I mean protein.
Yeah. Okay.
Yo, Dead of
PB&J.
Night. Dead of Night says, what add-ons are you guys going to be leveling with?
I'm not using any add-ons. Fuck that. I have
That's
it all
foolish.
up here. I have
That's
it all up
foolish.
here. I have it all up here.
No, you
I have
don't.
it
You're
all
an
up here.
idiot. Listen. There's a,
Okay, hold on. Pump the brakes real quick. First off, go fuck yourself.
Grace hasn't spoken in like 3 years, and all of a sudden, you're a fucking idiot. All right?
Okay, pump the brakes.
Listen.
Pump the brakes.
Listen, Pohgren.
You don't need add-ons. You don't.
You
Just
don't.
leave
You
it
do,
as
though.
is.
Add-ons
don't.
aren't
If you-
about necessity.
Add-ons, like
You think
get-
you want
bring,
them, but you don't.
Exactly. So you had that. There's that LFG add-on that just got banned.
Yeah, but that's like a
Yeah,
very
like,
weird
get
exception.
add-on.
It did
Listen.
not.
Add-on.
No,
No,
it
you
did
don't
not
need
get
it.
banned. It did
We're
not
being
get
so
banned.
dramatic.
Okay.
Listen,
So
whenever
they
I
are
talk,
going to. well, quick second. It didn't get banned. They're going to remove some aspects, some functionality out of it. All that looking for group add-on, we had VQ in private servers. All it does is scan and parse out just people looking for groups, and it automatically like tells you what class they are. Like that's all it does, and like people are going ballistic over it, and it's like, it's nothing.
You shouldn't have it. I'm sorry. Like
I'm lazy. I don't like to read a lot, so that's all it really helps you do is read. So
it's not.
I'm
You're not
okay
wrong.
with that.
I mean, what that can turn into.
But, yeah, go on.
Okay, so I was listening to Asmongold talk about this, and he's
Why?
like, you listen to me. This is a good point he made. You get an LFG tool, you then have people looking for gear score tools. You have for people looking for the next thing that just keeps adding on to this, and we get the same effing systems we had previously.
No, I mean I agree.
You know what?
I completely agree.
But
with
Grays,
them
before we
getting rid of it.
before we roll on this slide, I did interrupt Grays. I want him to continue.
Yeah, we both did. I'm sorry.
Well, no, it's whenever I talk about add-ons, I'm a big advocate for keeping the UI original. I love the old school look, and whenever I come back and play, I want it to feel as closely as it did whenever I played the first time. Obviously, personal preference. Some people like putting on those crazy UI add-ons that just change everything. I don't understand it, but to each their own. But the thing is, Pohgren, there are some add-ons that everybody needs that just aren't in the game, such as health mobs. Like the enemy NPC health information, there's no reason why that shouldn't be in the game. The vendor prices to items, like it drives me up a wall. I mean, you don't necessarily need it, but like whenever I'm trying to delete things in my bag, I don't want to delete something that's super expensive compared to maybe the 1 or 2 copper item I have in my bag. Just tiny quality of life things like that I think are essential in enhancing anybody's experience. Now, like, and if you say that's not vanilla and that's, you're not going to get the full experience because you don't have vendor price or enemy health.
No, that's simple shit. I'm just saying, like, questing add-ons and like.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, yeah, that's bullshit. You don't need questing. You don't need the LFG. You don't need anything. But you do need a couple add-ons.
And that's what, if you like, I totally get that. I'll concede my point and not be as aggressive. The hype is too strong with me right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm full bulldog right now.
I have to agree with Grays. I think that there's certain add-ons that are fine, and like where he's used to using the default UI for unit frames and whatnot, I'm used to using Xpearl, or now it's called Zpearl. I've used Xpearl literally ever since it became an add-on. That's all I've ever used. So if I play with like default UI, it doesn't feel like vanilla to me. Xpearl feels like vanilla to me. But at the same time, like vendor price, I love that. I mean, I love Atlas Loot because I just love having, like, just kind of like seeing the stuff and just
in game. Otherwise, you'd have to look at it like on a website.
And I like being able to like throw stuff
right
on
there.
my character and just be like, oh, I get ready to go do this dungeon soon, and I can get this item. I'm gonna look this cool, and like, you know, just looking at something when I'm going through a flight path and I got nothing else to do. Like, I'm just sitting there, like, the health one, like you were talking about, that one's super useful, because like if I know about how hard my white hits hit for, then do I need to execute this mob, or do I need to just let the white hit run through and then just pull the rage up? But if I've got like, if it's like 2 white hits left, then I'd probably just execute or something. Just depends on the situation, because your gear doesn't always scale the way you want it to, but you know what I'm saying. Before one more thing, we can keep going on this, but
go ahead.
Dion Cluck says, when's the best time to log into character selection? I heard if you get into character selection more than 30 minutes before release, it'll kick you. What are all your plans? Real quick, my plans, I think the way to do it is to try to, if you've got the time, try to gauge how long the queues are taking, because I'm pretty sure that it's only going to kick you 30 minutes after you actually make it through the queue. So if you've got time to sit there early in the day and, like, you know, a few hours before it starts and there's a queue, okay, this queue is like 2,000 people. It takes me X amount of time to get in. Back out, do it again. It's taking me X amount of time to get in. Back out, do it again. Now you can see a pattern forming of like more time increasing. Then you can do your last queue login with enough time to put you in on the server directly like 30 minutes before the launch, or like 25 minutes before the launch, and then you won't get kicked off and you can spam get in as soon as they go live. Because otherwise you're going to be sitting in the queue when everybody else is playing, and that's not fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, what were you guys saying? Who was Hypnotic? You were going to say something about add-ons.
No, Thermo's got it.
I was going to say a couple things. One, about the looking for group add-on, and specifically what Wow, I can't even remember whose name. What he was saying on his stream, right?
Bellalar?
Grays. You were just saying who?
Asmongold?
Asmongold.
Yes. Sorry.
Sorry, sometimes I forget names.
It's all
I
good.
deal with names constantly outside of game. Yeah, so Asmongold specifically said, in addition to what you said, right? He said that these are things that are gonna come up anyway, right? They're delaying it, finding a way to kind of block it really isn't gonna change. People want a gear score. Guess what we did back in vanilla? You had to meet on top of the bank in Orgrimmar.
Mm-hmm.
They had to see your gear,
inspect you.
right?
Yeah. Yes.
And if they find out that you're like back then, you didn't have a way of knowing what spec someone was necessarily, but you know, if someone couldn't hold aggro, you know they didn't have that 5 points. You know, if that druid was pulling healing aggro, he didn't have those 5 points, whatever that talent's called. I can't remember offhand. But you know, you knew that they didn't have those spells, right? Or they didn't have the right spec, right? They literally just in pug groups would go up. All right, come to Org Bank. We'll check you out to make sure you have enough gear to enter into this molten core pug group, right?
Yeah.
So people are gonna find that, and that's actually specifically what Asmon said. Only he used the bank steps for the Alliance side, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
of
a little
course, of
different
course.
location. But and it's just for me, add-ons pretty simple. I love to know how much vendor items are gonna cost, even though I have half of it memorized, right? Atlas loot is great just for looking ahead of while you're doing other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mob health, same thing. You know,
Mhm.
those are pretty much all I use. I really don't use much else.
Yeah.
The only add-ons I do take this my step back too a little bit. I do use some add-ons, and I don't know when I'll install them. But normally, like later in the game, I normally like to get Auctioneer. I
Mhm.
love me some Auctioneer. I love the metadata it gives me. I used to be a Titan bar freak, and I don't use it anymore. But I'd be grabbing something like a threat meter is definitely something I'd be grabbing. That's just useful because of what I'm going to be testing.
Yeah.
Like having that is going to be really useful. And then probably having some sort of like mail add-on because I'm going to be helping out managing some of the guild banking stuff. So that way, if I can get that. There was also another one I liked, which actually showed you the quality of an item with the glowing around it. So like if it was a white piece, it'd have a white glowing bar around it. If it was green, I liked that. That was nice. It let me kind of like
just help you see easier. Yeah.
There's
a little bit easier for the inventory, but yeah.
There's one I was using on the stress test in the beta called One Bag. It's like the only like one bag add-on out there right now. But if you press Control while you have your bags open, then it like puts an orange highlight around the cheapest item in your bags. That's a gray. So then you just know it's like you can just press that button and it's like, okay, I need to get rid of something. That's the one I'm getting rid of. So that was super, super useful. It doesn't take whites and stuff into consideration. Like say I had literally no use for linen cloth anymore, but I had grays that were worth more than linen cloth, it wouldn't highlight the linen cloth, which was a little strange. But still, I mean, I could put it on the auction house. But that's a situation where it only really mattered on stress test because no one was selling stuff on the stress test. On live, I would want to hold on to that linen cloth. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing some research tomorrow to kind of get those laid out for me with some of those quick ones like Grays was kind of mentioning. I'll want like the automatic quest picker upper because I'm speed leveling that just automatically accepts. Leatrix. Thank you. I'll need that one. I'll need like the one that automatically vendors all of your Grays. No offense, GraysForDays.
Oh, absolutely. I've got all that shit.
Yeah,
the junk seller.
And I find it funny that even someone like the people in our ring right now, Hypnotic, you don't have your freaking add-on set up. I myself, I mean, I want to have all these things planned. I want to get to 60 as quickly as possible. Everybody's background is different.
Whoa,
depending on
I
how
thought
you
were taking it the slow route, dude. You're going to 60 as quick as
He's
possible,
going
man.
40 hours. What do you
I mean, there's a couple different ways that people want to play at launch. And like I said, I want to rush to 60 as quickly as I can. Kind of be a backup person, one of the players in the week 1 rag clear in our guild. So I want to be in that position where I can be ready. But like I said, in terms of preparation, like I've wanted to do all these things, but part of me doesn't want to prepare so much, and it doesn't feel that bad that I'm not, I don't have everything ready for tomorrow. Like I'm just gonna get thrown back into the vanilla world, and I'm gonna roll with it. Like I'm gonna hit level 17, and I've got my grinding spots, but I don't exactly know like what the system's gonna be. What's my rotation have to be? What's my talent build gonna be? What's my Like when are we gonna go train levels? Now I know some of that stuff is essential for people that are trying to get to 60 as quickly as they can. But
there are
it doesn't.
sorry, real quick. There's just like pictures you can find out there. I think you got to type in like field guide or something for each class, and it shows you, exactly what abilities you get at each level, so you can just kind of see it yourself and be like, oh, I don't need that or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, there's all these details that I need to have ready for the game, and I'm kind of stressed out, but I'm really not because I know once I get thrown in there, it's over. We made it back.
We won.
It's not the end of
We won.
Anyways,
literally not sweating a damn thing. I'm not gonna worry about it. Like
exactly.
You're right. Once you're back in, it's you're there. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You got all the time.
Yeah, as long as you can keep going at it.
And this is like the biggest thing is that once you're back in and once you're playing, all this other stuff like the stress test, the beta, private servers, we knew from the second we logged in on those servers that it didn't matter because it was all going to disappear one day. But now, as soon as you get logged in tomorrow, everything is going to be okay.
Hype!
Every tiny little thing.
Yeah.
Hype!
The endless hype.
It's insane, man. I'm so beyond excited. Like, I don't seem like it, but I swear to God, like, I think it's because it's like the calm before the storm, honestly.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it is, bro.
Yeah, cause like I'm like so ready, but I'm just like beyond like being ready for it. I've got everything everything's ready. My add-ons are ready. My weights are set up. My food is ready. My time off is secured. My job is secured. Like I'm literally just sitting here.
Job the next week.
Yeah, no, it's so funny. It's so funny. Like on my yesterday when I was there, one of the managers from the other location comes up to me and starts asking me about my availability, and I'm like, what's going on? You need some help over there? Because like I'll do management stuff, and they're like, I mean, yeah, that's a possibility, and I'm like, all right, well, thanks. So I'm about to go on a 2-week vacation to play a fucking video game, but gonna come back and be a manager. Everybody's gonna be pissed as fuck, but that's okay. But yeah. Let's move on to server queues and whatnot. Like, there's been a lot of discussion through this stuff recently. Like
the big brain metas on Reddit, dude.
Okay, so big brain time.
Yeah, so we've got the biggest thing that I've been directly involved with is we had everyone from Invictus and Dawkins Guild and all those people were planning on rolling on Harad. And now, with all due respect, I still think that it was a very silly choice to switch off. They wanted to switch off because they were like, we want to be one of the first week 1 rag kills. We don't want any like queue times affecting our people logging in and whatnot. And I knew this was going to happen. Everything's going to get full. Everything. The only potential you have to not get week 1, to not get queues logging in is when they open up those 4 brand new servers tomorrow. And those servers. I just want to say those servers are going to get filled up by everyone who basically just re up their account to try Classic. They're going to be full of those. Let's try it. Maybe I came in at BC or whatever. Let's go.
So, is there any way to avoid the queue times tomorrow?
I don't think so.
So
unless you're on Bellamix or whatever, how do you pronounce that server?
Yeah. So or the Buccaneer one, right?
No, that one's high now too. There's literally only one server that's medium pop. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All of us are assuming that Blizzard isn't stretching what they're saying about population, right? Now, I've never heard of a company lying before, so I'll assume they're not lying. I assume these servers are full. Sarcasm, sorry.
No.
No, but it's one of those things, right? You never know, and they even said themselves they recalculated what constitutes as full. They recalculated what constitutes as high, right?
Yeah, they put it back
because
up
some
to
of those servers
standards.
weren't high or weren't full pop until they recalculated. Now, did more people join after that initial rush? Probably. But did it go from medium to high? I doubt it. Right? So I'm thinking that there's a definite possibility, right, that queue times are going to be much smaller and much faster than what a lot of people are predicting.
Yeah.
But it is still a Blizzard launch. It is still a huge, way overhyped
Now,
event.
if we do take that back to when Battle for Azeroth came out, that was the biggest expansion World of Warcraft has ever seen, the most sold expansion ever, and it was very smooth. But then again, there isn't only 30 servers in total that were holding the load of everyone coming back. So But also that was not on the new architecture and the new hardware that they just implemented for this specific launch for this one and next expansion. So they overhauled every server to brand new architecture types, which means that's huge because they never did that before, even for a present day classic till now. This is their first hardware jump since then.
Yeah.
So do we think that the hardware isn't going to be able to hold this amount of people on the 30, even with layering
I
being
wouldn't
involved in
say.
this? I mean,
Hmm, I wouldn't say that they're not going to be able to hold it. What I want to say is that the way in which the servers are going to function, I don't think we have a good enough scope of knowledge on how queue times will work. I know people's fears are 2, 3, even at some people were saying 6-hour queue times. We're not dealing with a Blizzard of old. They're prepared for this at this point. If anything, this has made more of a wake-up call with how many people are on these servers right now. Because when they first did that one stress test, I was like open to everyone. They had it limited down to 2. I feel like that was a dumb move on their part. I think people didn't. I think people were like, "Oh, well, that's not the real thing, so I'm not going to play."
Yeah.
More and more people are going to come online. This entire launch is going to be like a bell curve. It's not. It's not going to just be a straight up and straight down, and then a small like continuation off in the distance forever. It's going to be a gradual gain in, and then as like queue times get a little ridiculous, or people realize that the game is really for them or not, you'll slowly start losing people, and then we'll hit a point where it'll kind of like plateau, and then it'll just increase at a 45-degree angle to infinity.
at about level 35-ish, I presume.
That's probably about that. That's probably about that. Like 35-ish, maybe 30.
People get lost in the world.
Some people may be like, this game isn't for me. Others may be like, yes, yes, yes. I never played this game. I've always wanted to play this game, and now I get to try it at its best. So, I mean, it's. I think even me, as I am a little too hopeful, that's a very optimistic view on everything. But I just hope like Blizzard sees this shit. Like, come on, man. Like, we're not going to deal with queue times like we used to. I pray to God we're not going to deal with queue times like we used to.
Here's my thoughts on the queue times. So on private servers, when they had their launches on their fresh starts, it was absurd. It was like impossible. Like you had ridiculous queue times, but then they were like, okay, people are starting to leave the starting zones. We're gonna gradually let some more people in. I think the highest I ever saw those servers peak was like 16,000 players. Those were servers by third-party ass companies that what they could afford that could hold that. Now Blizzard having like the cream of the crop servers, they can do
Fresh, baby.
the exact same thing, and with the layering system that they've implemented, they can even handle it better. So
yes,
I think that all the shit they've been saying has just been to scare people to level out their servers so they can make it smoother, and then when it actually launches, they're gonna gradually let more and more people in as time goes on. Like, I guarantee it, tomorrow, if you're stuck in the queue, watch your queue. You're gonna go down like one at a time, and then all of a sudden you're just gonna start making chunk drops of like hundreds at a time. And that's when they're going to start letting people more and more into the server.
I think it's going to be mainly chunk, especially in the first hour or so, due to layering. Just simple fact of layering is going to happen. They're going to open up a new layer, and it's going to be like, boom, there's like 10,000 people.
The servers themselves are dynamic in how they work.
Yeah, but, well, I'm saying that layers get generated automatically, though. They don't have to do anything about that. So regardless, let's say that they have, X amount of layers, like we'll say 10 layers, and they have 10,000 people. We'll just say 1,000 people per layer. So then those fill up, right? And then they're like, okay, some people left the starting zone. Now, turn on 3 more layers and increase the cap by 3,000. And then now 3,000 people drop out of the queue real quick, and 3 more layers are filled up. And then they wait a little bit, turn on 4 more layers and increase the cap by 4,000. And then after a few days, they'll probably drop the caps back down on the servers and whatnot. But there's no way in hell that their servers can't handle like 30 to 40,000 people. Like, they can do that.
The biggest thing that I've seen that worries me as far as long, right, isn't necessarily whether or not the servers can hold it. I think the biggest thing that's worried me, and the only thing that I can see is potentially causing these long queue times, and from what I can understand, is they're trying to predict, right? They're going to do Blizz math, right? And they're trying to predict the curve at which people are going to leave the server, right? so they can have a server end of day, phase 5, phase 4, right? That is stable, right? They don't want to have a server that has 50,000 people phase, right? Because that would be absurd, right? Phase 2, they want to see that curve at a sustainable single, yeah, Blizz math TM. So they're that's the one thing that concerns me. So they are specifically trying to do that. That's what they're using to cap the servers. Is they're trying to do, all right, this funky math where they think this percentage of people are going to drop out by this certain time, and I think that's probably the only thing that's really going to cause high queue times is their artificial cap on the server, which there has to be an artificial cap because there's no real cap. I mean, the amount of money they can throw at a server is going to make it, that they can have any amount of people they want on a single server with layer. So that's what they're going to be doing. As far as I can tell from the interviews I've seen, the AMA, things like that, that's the concern I have as far as it. But even with that concern, I don't think it's necessarily as bad as what people are thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's going to be queues, definitely. And if you're slow to log in, I think there's definitely going to be some long queues to start. But
right.
Yeah.
Have we talked about on stream, like, the whole 30-minute strategy you can log into your character screen yet? Like, have we talked about that on this podcast?
We hit on that a little bit, yep.
You guys want to give that away?
Well, I mean...
I'll talk about it a second ago, briefly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just the idea, guys, of if you haven't heard it yet, you're able to log into the character screen right now. You can go see your characters. Apparently, this was confirmed in I think it was the AMA on the Reddit post, or no, it may have been the Classic Cast that the producers were on. Either way, it's been basically confirmed that up to vanilla launching, you're going to be able to get into the login character screen and be able to hit Inner World, right? Whenever they make the servers live, you're going to be able to just hit that Inner World button and go straight into the server. So you can log into the character screen before the game goes live. So how do you avoid queue times, right? Well, everyone's going to be logging in for a couple hours before. There's probably going to be a queue time starting 2 hours out before launch, minimum. But the trick here is, people have tested this already. You can only stay on that character selection screen for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, you get kicked off regardless. You can't click, you can't make new characters, you can't move your characters around. Nothing keeps you on that login screen. So now we have a dilemma. What's the strategy? How do we get in? What is the best time to get into that login queue before you get disconnected? So if you were to log in, say it launches at 5 Central Standard Time, and I logged in at 4:30. Well, I'm gonna log in at 4:30. Right as it hits 5 o'clock, I'm gonna get disconnected. If that Inner World button didn't go live, if Blizzard's a minute, 2, 3 minutes behind on just launching these servers, I'm gonna get kicked out, and I'm gonna be 3 minutes. I mean, you can do the math, but I'm gonna be in queue behind everyone else. So yeah. I think that I'll give you guys the scoop on what I'm gonna be doing to our loyal fans that are watching right now. I'm gonna have 2 accounts set up. I'm gonna log in, one at 4:31 and one at like 4:35. And so whichever one gets in first, hopefully, or maybe like 4:33. I don't know, it depends, but I want to ensure that I'm there at the start. But man, I'm telling you, there's going to be so many people that log in 30 minutes right before it launches. And if Blizzard's a minute or 2 slow on launching those servers, there's going to be a lot of sad people. And that could be the difference between you getting in right away or you sitting there for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. It could very well be. So log in at 20 minutes. I'm just kidding.
Pohgren, you don't think
about it. Here's the thing.
Pohgren, yeah.
I was going to say, just in addition to that, and this is something that messed me up on name reservation day, they released a patch just before.
Yeah,
just before.
Yep.
So I couldn't even take that patch because the thing kept assuming my game was running, so I had to restart my whole computer, right? Yeah. And then I had to log in, so I was like 5 minutes late, right? But still, so you have to not only plan what you're planning, right, but also on top of that, take into account, what if they throw out a patch, right? Right in between, right? When are they actually preparing that patch, and when are they loading that patch up, right? Or are they already up? Are they already completely up to date? We don't, if they're going to be doing a patch, last second.
I think, like I was saying, to test that amount of time to log in, I think that every time I do that, I'm just going to close it out real quick to see if I have a patch to download. I think that's the only real way to do it, because
it's a great way of doing it.
Yeah, it's a lot of uncharted territory right now. Whoa, Dead of Night with the $2 donation, my dude. Thanks, man. Super awesome. I don't think anybody's ever done it on before.
There was a patch yesterday. Here is hoping that there isn't going to be one tomorrow. Yeah. It was actually, I had people talking about this morning actually getting it, but yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was yesterday when the patch actually went through.
I forgot it made that sound when somebody donated.
What's it made?
Just had some orc screaming blood and thunder.
Blood and thunder.
Thanks.
Loktarogar, friend.
Loktarogar.
Yeah. Yeah, appreciate that, Dead of Night. But yeah, man, almost launch day, boys. Let's get more excited. No, he's right. You know, we ain't pumped enough right now. We ain't hyped, dude. Like I said, for me,
in 5 minutes, I'll get you guys hyped up with my 10-minute challenge.
You right,
So
Pohgren. Pohgren, you right.
I just went live on my channel, so give it 5 minutes. I'll do an introduction, and then y'all can enjoy my pain.
Pohgren, you got the right idea. Get a fucking pump action. You get a pump. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, boy, you need a little pump action.
Pump it up. Wait, here, I'll join you. Hold on.
Everybody get some curls.
Here we go. We got some weights.
I don't have weight.
Yeah, you gotta have weights right next to your desk, bro.
You are not
Like,
prepared.
and that's another thing I'm gonna do, man. When I die, I'm gonna be doing some weights. When I die, I'm gonna get down and do 10 push-ups, 10 jumping jacks, whatever.
Anytime you're on a flight path, do
Dying.
something.
Yeah.
Something.
Like
Run down the stairs and back, you know.
and if you
stairs
die,
right
man,
behind
go
me.
go.
I got limited mobility in this suit right now.
I'm right there with you, man. Oh, that was good.
Get it. Get some.
Oh my god.
I'm still not used to using those. They have that like the cross hatching on the metal for the grip. So my fingers are a little weird feeling right now because I was gripping it.
Wow, you got baby hands.
I do. I don't have any calluses, man. I haven't weightlifted in a long time. I used to have huge calluses across this part of my hand right here, and they all peeled off over time.
My hands are literally like freaking sandpaper.
Dion, I'm gonna be wearing my "You Think You Do, But You Don't" shirt, right? From my Nostalrius days.
Oh
I'm gonna
my
be repping
God.
that.
Yeah,
For
Dion
the
just
first
asked.
day, maybe some pajama pants. You know?
Dion just asked, are we all wearing comfortable attire on launch day? Are you guys still suiting up? Man, I am wearing comfy ass attire. I am minimizing.
I'm gonna be the most uncomfortable person in the fucking world.
Yeah, because you're gonna be dressed like a freaking Tauren. This dude is wearing an entire like Tauren suit. You guys gotta check out his stream.
Oh, it's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be awesome.
Render just asked if you still need a partner, Grace, for leveling maybe.
Dude, that's the other thing I want to talk about before. Oh, jeez, I got 2.5 minutes before I'm supposed to eat this gallon. Okay. I'm cranking out a little bit now. My mind.
2 minutes.
Now, if you couldn't tell, like if you've been watching this entire time, my brain is in a million different places, guys. Classic Wild Lodge is freaking less than 24 hours out. But yeah, in terms of do I have a leveling partner or not, I've literally got 4 other people on the radar, like halfway committed. Everybody's halfway committed. I don't know what's gonna happen. I wish I wasn't looking for a leveling partner this late into the game, but this is one thing that Cargo's pointed out, and he talked about like 5-man dungeon cleaves. He's a big advocate for duo leveling or going 1 to 30, and then once you've established yourself, once you've established your grind, then group up with those people. That's easier in a 5-man group. You may be, obviously, if you're really intimate with somebody and you have a good partner, that's how you'd want to start from the beginning. But the situation that I'm in, it's going to be more of a get in the Discord, who got in, where are you, can we level together at the same time, kind of thing. So, Render, if I gave you, I would only be able to guarantee you 1 out of 5 spots. So, like I said, I'm going to be in Discords. I'm going to be jumping around tomorrow because I do believe that duo leveling is the shit. I believe that it's going to be a little bit faster because of dynamic respawns. It's going to be faster leveling than just solo questing. So, but it depends on your strategy and how you implement it.
I've got one of my best friends, Tony. He took a few days off. So, but the thing is, we're trying to go 24 hours straight. This dude's got to be up for work at 6 a.m. tomorrow, and then he gets off work at like 2:30. So he's gonna come home and chill for like a while, but he's not gonna sleep. So like, he's a freaking madman though. But the biggest problem that I see is if we try to get logged in, and our boy doesn't get logged in too, like that's gonna suck. Like if we get in, and he doesn't get in for 3 hours, that's a huge setback. I can't just sit there. I can't just sit there and just
That
wait.
definitely would be.
I'm just gonna grab somebody else and just be like, yo, you're in my guild. I don't care. Come on, let's go. We're doing this. Like,
Do
you
it.
get in Discord. Shut the fuck up. Let's go.
Speaking of that, I had a quick question for you.
Yeah.
So I got people in my guild who are going to be ham beasting it to 60. And I know you're planning on going full poop sock.
Yeah.
They were wondering if you had raid teams figured out and shit yet, because if not, they're willing to pug. There's about 10 of them.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that I've got. There's not gonna be enough people in my guild hitting 60 anytime soon.
Okay.
So
that was one of the biggest blows we took from when we decided not to go with them. Yeah, we had some people who wanted that. Holy crap! Dev Camp just rated us with 382 people.
Oh, snap.
Yo, this is a good time. Let me do this. Let me do this.
Okay, guys, just so you know.
I was gonna say,
oh my god, the full. Yeah, go ahead.
Choo choo,
We have
motherfucker.
TL's
Choo
doing
choo,
a week
motherfucker.
one.
Hype, hype. Go
TL's
ahead.
gonna be doing a
What's
week
up,
one raid clear, and I'm sure we're gonna need more people.
Shit.
I mean,
If Def
we
Camp's
have
still on,
planned
send your.
a lot of people, but yeah.
Fuck, Def Camp, send your
Thank you
YouTube
so
over to
much,
mine.
Def.
Get the hype. Get the def snaps in chat, boys. Snaps
Guys.
in chat.
This was a wonderful time for this stream to join us, guys. We're doing our Goodnight AZEROTH show. Normally going to be on Thursday nights. Tonight, Sunday night, we got a 24-hour special. I don't know. I'm going crazy. We've been hyped this entire stream. I'm a little freaked out. What you're hearing right now is really nervousness in my voice because I'm about to attempt.
Yo, I'm gonna get the timer for you. Hold on. We
Oh,
got
I
this.
got it on stream.
Okay.
Yeah,
This nerd is going to eat a gallon of vanilla ice cream. He is going to body himself in vanilla.
Hype!
Hype.
Hype for the vanilla gallon!
2
Thank
half
you
gallons.
For all of the follows, there are
Jesus
so many coming in right now. I
Christ.
can't. Okay.
Damn, dude.
Pull the trigger. Yosho, Azeroth. No, let's see here. We got A1, Kyria,
Okay.
Dr.
Check this
Grim
out.
Reaper.
Tell me when you're starting. I want to watch.
I'm gonna.
1 gallon.
Yosho.
Can y'all? Cause I'm gonna get my
There we go.
stream live in a second. Can y'all just like let me do my intro
Rip
and then
your
I'm gonna
anus.
mute y'all?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then-
that's fine. Just fine. Tell us whenever you're
Yeah.
ready to do
Do
the
your
intro,
thing.
and we'll
Do your
chill.
thing. Do
We'll
your
let
Yeah,
you
so
have the
just let me
spotlight.
do my intro and then y'all can carry on after I like put in the first scoop. Sorry. I
Okay.
mean to take
Put
over.
in the
Okay.
first scoop.
Put in the first scoop.
All right, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, all right, I'm about to make myself live, so I'm gonna talk to my stream for a second. I know this is totally interrupted.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry,
god.
but,
No, it's okay. It's okay. Do it. Just
Okay.
do your thing real quick. While he's getting that done, we were just talking about. Actually, I completely forgot what we were talking about. I know I just lifted some weight to get hyped, and I've just got hyped even more because we got all these people in chat with us
Oh
right
my
now.
God.
Everybody in chat.
No sleep.
Oh, we were
quick.
just talking about
sleep
we
tonight.
were talking
Real
about
quick.
just raiding.
Real quick,
rate
while
now. Talk about
while
right
everyone
now.
is here,
Yeah.
everyone is here, make sure that you guys check all of us out on our platforms. My Twitch is twitch.tv/Atacas. My YouTube is just Atacas. GraysForDays. GraysForDays has a YouTube and a Twitch. Hypnotic's got a Twitch. Thermophile, you've got a Twitch. We're all gonna be streaming tomorrow. Any follows
Yes, sir.
across the board would be appreciated.
I love you guys.
Love you
Thank
so
we
much.
love you too, Def Camp.
Come
Thanks-
see America!
Thanks for
Yeah,
coming
man.
giving us the love.
You're looking so hyped today, by the way, Def
Oh my
Camp.
god, man. The
Had the
hype.
full main out. It was
Oh my
exciting.
God.
He had it,
Def
dude.
Camp, I was watching you do this.
Rocking.
Like, it was perfect, man.
All right, guys, I'm about to do the introduction to my stream.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, okay.
Giving Grays
All
the
right,
spotlight here.
Give Grace the spotlight.
Okay. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, GraysForDays stream. What's good? If you're just tuning in, I'm glad that you're here, guys. I'm hyped. I've got a million different things going on. And just as a tribute to Vanilla WoW, I didn't know what I could do. You know, I've been making content for the last couple months. I guess you could consider myself a content creator. I'm going to be streaming. But I want to give back to the community. How can I add value to the community, right? And that's kind of what I was coming up with. And one of the best ways, a tribute for Vanilla WoW, is to take down none other than 1 gallon of homemade vanilla Bluebell ice cream. And, I mean, Bluebell is my personal preference. But yeah, guys, if you're watching the stream right now on my GraysForDays channel, we're doing a Goodnight AZEROTH show. It's normally our late night show with a bunch of different hosts. And so we've got a lot of people watching right now. So if you're just joining, I'm glad you're in here. Guys, I'm going to attempt to eat a gallon of Bluebell ice cream in under 10 minutes.
My God.
I mean, like I said, this is the least I could do. You know, first of all, I want to start out by thanking ClassicWow.live and some of the bigger guys over there. Cargos, Def Camp, Melderon, those guys put me on right away. Navik, Taladrill, Ale, Egregious, and then of course my Goodnight AZEROTH people, HypnoticBud, Thermophile, Atacas, Pohgren.
We believe in you.
And then I also want to thank the trio, Classic Cast, stay safe.
They
tips
can't hear
out,
anything on your
S-Farm.
stream.
Oh, they can't hear shit on my stream?
No, I guess not.
Oh, the mic is
no.
only
Can't hear shit.
No!
Rip,
Scuff!
dude.
Go,
Just go.
go.
Look, I can rip you the file and send it to you from my YouTube.
All right, well, I gotta fix the audio first. Mother.
Yeah.
No, we got people saying they can hear you now. We got people saying they can hear you.
Oh,
Grace.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're talking on Twitch. We can hear you on Pohgren's Twitch, but not on your Twitch, is what they were saying.
Hold on.
They said audio out of sync.
No, I can hear you just fine on your Twitch. It's audio out of sync. That's all it is.
Okay, just go.
Okay.
Just go.
Go.
Just
I'm
go.
streaming off two different things.
Chuck.
Okay. Atticus, while he gets himself ready, let's pump some iron.
Just fucking pump some iron.
Dude, I'm gonna pump
Fucking
some iron too. What are you kidding me?
Get the fuck over here.
All right, guys, if you want to watch, I'm gonna set up my audio real quick, but I'm gonna mute you guys. And,
Yeah, mute us while we fucking pump it.
Pohgren is ready.
Pump the hype.
Pump it the fuck
Pump it
up.
out of you. Yeah. I love it, dude.
Don't
Unlimited
strain a muscle, all right?
mobility.
These are new. Don't overdo it.
Oh, dude,
You
so
strain
great.
one of your fingers, that's
Yeah,
leveling
you're
over.
out of the game tomorrow, man.
My mouse
Go.
clicking fingers cramping.
Go.
Quick, we need Ben Gay.
Oh wait, I got this.
Feel it for America, boys. For
Yeah.
America.
America for the
Got
horde.
two. I'm going.
Los Taro
Not bad, guys. Hang on.
God damn it, Grace.
Golly.
I don't know how many more curls I can
Scuff
do. You
stream.
better start eating, bitch.
Scuffed freaking stream. All right, give me a second. I realize you guys can't hear me. Let me know if you can still hear anything. I can hear the other guys, but not Grays.
I can hear you just fine.
Oh, it's just out of sync? Feels so bad.
I gotta give up. I'm sweaty.
I win.
Gosh.
I win. I win.
Dude, this is why I have a wireless headset.
Yes. Right there, man. Right there.
Grace, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Dude, Atticus is still going, dude. He's like,
How's it sound now?
Great.
Fine.
We have the desktop sound, but not the direct mic channel sound.
Jesus.
It's cool, man. Just host Pohgren. Go live, man.
Yeah. You're gonna have to.
That's what I do. Timer's running out.
Timer's running out. Come on, bro.
Oh my God, Rotac.
Now
Can y'all
you
hear
do
me
it in
now?
5 minutes.
Shut up. Golly, that makes me mad. This is working now? All right,
Yes.
testing, 1, 2. Golly. All
I
right,
mean, we can hear you.
I'm pissed. Oh, hang on, I don't think I'm muted on Discord.
No,
You saw my Discord real quick.
All right, guys, on Goodnight Azeroth, I'm doing my thing. I'm gonna do the intro, but just watch me eat a gallon
Oh
of ice
my
cream.
God.
Oh my God.
Time it for me, and I'll be back.
Okay. Okay.
He's going live on
going
eating
live.
ice cream for a freaking gallon in 10 minutes, dude.
So he's
You
gonna
should
still
have
be on
2
camera with
spoons.
us, right?
Does he have 2 spoons?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
It's gonna be double spooning
This guy double spoon it. Just got double fisted, like we were double fisting those weights.
Lion Flow,
I
hey,
hope
how's
that
it going?
hasn't been in the freezer this whole time. I
No,
hope he's given
he
you time to
softened it up
soften
and yeah, he put it in the refrigerator a few hours ago.
Okay, that was awesome.
That was good.
So pumped, dude.
That was.
We need some better ambiance in here. Eversong Woods, should not be on the freaking vanilla playlist. Get out of here.
Hypnotic, calm down with those links, bro.
Just
Just spamming them. Just one. It's okay. It's just.
it's for America, okay? America needs famine.
America needs spammage.
And I'm not talking
Well,
about that
thank you so much for coming
spam
over
shit in
from
a
Dev Camp
can.
stream. Thank you so much, Dev Camp, for the host, man. If you're still out there, peace, bro. Peace and love.
Yeah, thank you so
ready
much.
for
We will
tomorrow.
see you tomorrow.
Oh
He
my
had
God,
his
we're
locks.
So
I
ready
can't.
for tomorrow,
He had his
man.
lovely locks going, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He had him going, dude.
He's gonna be playing from his toilet 100%. Totally. We'll have GraysForDays just sitting there, kind of like,
Might spam.
oh man.
Might spam.
Oh god.
Wand.
Okay, smites, man. Okay. Oh god,
Wand.
man.
Spam.
I'll just
Dude.
put myself on wand real quick.
I'm
I
scared
get
for
that,
him.
Like whole like.
The cream.
Shield himself. Wand. Walk away. Shield himself. Wand. Walk away.
Grace is literally gonna kill himself.
Dude, he is preparing. Look at him.
Take that lactate beforehand, or?
I
Oh my
I
God.
don't know if that's gonna help at this point. A
Oh my
gallon
God,
in
no.
10
No, I
minutes.
don't
dude.
think
I've always said that this suit makes him look like a fucking Colombian drug lord. Now he's gonna have white shit all over his face.
Covered white.
The sweats. Just,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's gonna be sitting there
What
like.
do you mean I'm on cocaine?
I don't know.
No, I don't do my own stuff.
I totally agree with that, though. I totally agree.
Def
with that,
Camp's
though.
in the stream. What's up, Def?
Yeah, what's good, brother? Love those lovely
Invictus.
locks you had out today, brother. Those lovely
Great,
locks.
man.
Sorry, the only guilds that matter are the ones on Herod, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
shots fired. Shots
yeah,
fired.
I'll have to second that movement.
Def Camp, I still love you, bro, but they're right.
Twitch
Right.
chat, Twitch chat
Lies,
guild,
Scuffed server.
Twitch chat guild, to get the fuck out.
All the lies. Invictus all the way. It's America's guild.
Herald
No.
server, best server.
Yep.
Snaps in chat for Herod, bro.
Damn,
Fucking,
bro.
fuck Asmon layer. Invite to Herod layer, please.
I mean, like at this point, every server is going to have these queue times tomorrow. I'm very interested to see what the hell happens. I know we were already talking about it, but holy shit, man!
Yeah, I hope we can get some big brains in here and we can get the leaked information. we need the leak
information.
so we can jump in, man. We need the leak.
Herod is
what
a
are
weak level 40. You're not wrong. Go ahead.
So what else? What's the next subject on hand while we're gonna
We can.
amazingly watch GraysForDays eat this
Well,
gallon of
we didn't
liquor?
really go too far into diet, so we could cover that while he's wrecking,
Atticus, I
wrecking
think
his
you would
bowels.
probably be the most qualified here, from what I can see at
man.
least,
Yeah.
of just a little bit about the kinds of foods you want to eat,
Yeah.
the kinds of foods you want to avoid, how to just how to really plan yourself out.
Yeah. So, all right. So the biggest thing that you have to think about is your energy, right? You're not going to be sitting.
Definitely.
You're not going to be like running around exerting yourself. So, carbohydrates, whether they are fast digesting or slow digesting, are used more for muscle exertion than anything. So you're not really going to be using your muscles that much. So taking in an excess amount of carbs is not going to be the most beneficial thing for you. But not to say you don't need them, but like doing a fucking gallon of ice cream, that's gonna be miserable. Like it's gonna leave you feeling miserable.
It's okay. He's skinny. He can handle this. His body can handle this.
God.
He's gonna turn into the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man tomorrow. He'll just be bloated, sweaty, dying on the toilet. Lactose intolerance will hit him like a brick shithouse.
Grace
Yes, I
is
said that.
Gray's muted because he's talking to his own chat right now.
Yeah,
Grass
trying
on
to-
He's building the hype, dude. Oh, there he
God.
goes. He's
Over on
adjusting the
Twitch right
camera
now.
for proper viewage of the gallon.
But,
of ice cream.
for in my opinion, what you should focus
Better bulk
on
up to burn it off. Yes.
what you should focus on for eating during this time is going to be like on the lower side of carbs, like around 200 throughout the whole day if you're going to sit there and binge, and then be good with like on your healthy fats like avocados, almonds, like any kinds of nuts, like fat from beef and stuff like that.
Walnuts. Full unsalted, unroasted walnuts, because they'll make you won't be able to eat all of them.
Just
You'll eat like a handful.
yeah, like just lean beef, but still like there's enough fat in lean beef for it to benefit you. Also, like good healthy fats really stimulate like productive brain flow or brain activity. So
Yeah.
having those is just going to make you function a little bit better in a sedentary state. I'm sick of people. I don't know I can't remember exactly who all they've been telling me that putting so much protein in your diet is like bad for you and doesn't do anything. I'm just like, why do I look the way I do then? Shut up. But no, I mean like protein is definitely helpful for you. If you're not breaking down your muscles, it's not going to help you as much as if you are. But like I would do higher protein, do higher fats, enough carbs, and then if you've got weights at your house, try to lift weights when you're on flight paths. If not, try to do body weight stuff. But
Yeah, we were talking earlier, and Pohgren's got a whole
So,
workout gym right behind him.
Pick up my camera real quick so you guys can see over my shoulder here. I had to bring up my camera so I can actually see what I'm pointing at. I have my bike over there, so that way when I'm on flight paths, I'm going to pull that out, and I'm going to jump on, and I'm going to bike the entire flight path. I then have my little workout bench with my 50-pound barbells. I'm going to be using those and doing the bench press and doing arm lifts and all this other stuff, so that way I can actually stay active while playing. And I'm also going to be working out in general throughout the week, so it's
And
it's
he's
my
gonna
place to
bench
do it.
press his cat back there. He's just
Yeah. The cat up with one arm. Just meow.
real quick, guy in your stream, Reef772. The point is not to stop and work out. Like some of us are. This is, when I'm speaking about this stuff, I'm speaking about the people who are really trying to
Discipline.
trying to like micromanage their leveling, not the people who
Raise the cat.
still want to go do things and be functioning in society. Like I'm legitimately doing nothing but playing this game until I hit 60, basically. So I do work out on a daily basis, but I'm not going to go drive to the gym and spend 2 hours there like I normally do. So I'm just going to do my workout when I have time in game, because there is downtime. How long does it take to do one set of something? You know what I'm saying? And so overall, I think it's better to just, like, if you're going to binge, do something. But
and Atacus, I think the biggest reason that, you know, it's good to talk about it, right, is that not everyone watching has the experience of being a gamer for a long time, or you know, taking care of their body, or knowing to take care of their body. It's not so much brief that we're saying this is exactly what we're doing necessarily. We may be doing more, we may be doing less, right? It's more to make sure anyone listening that's planning on going hard, right? We want to make sure they at least hear some good advice along the way.
And if we just plant that,
infinite or not, you know?
Yeah, we just plant that little seed in your brain, who knows? It could be the deciding factor that stopped a blood clot from forming in somebody's body. Just because they got up and
we save lives.
Worked around.
That's the goal.
New follower sound right there. Just a fucking picture of Hypnotic sitting over there with his full mullet and glasses on. We save lives!
We save lives. I gotta be back here advertising the right things. We save lives.
But yeah.
I also have a sit-stand desk. I'm gonna be alternating between standing and sitting.
That's dope, dude. I got one of those at work. They'd work. They work very well.
It's not necessarily even the best like route to take care of yourself, right? Because standing is still, you know, work on your body, but it is.
Yeah.
A thermophile is a microorganism that lives in and around volcanic vents in the ocean, Brad's.
Oh, I thought it was somebody who's obsessed with heat. Well, actually, that would make sense if it's a microorganism that lives around heat. You're not wrong.
In and out.
Reef.
I thought it was somebody with blue hair that I know.
Reef, at most, I'm gonna be off from the gym at most a week and a half, and but no, I mean, I'm not gonna be doing like insane heavy lifting, but I have enough weights over here. I can go grab more 45s out of my garage if I need to, but I've got like 200 or so pounds of weights here, barbell, dumbbells, and whatnot, so I can still hit most of the compound movements here, and
nice.
I don't
Look
think
at that rack.
I don't think that I'm gonna lose any mass really. I'm gonna just like I might lose a little bit, but no. See, that's the thing. Like, this is why I'm not jumping down your throat. I'm just like kind of explaining it because it is something that I need to like kind of go into detail about a little bit. But no, like I work out 6 days a week, at least 2 hours a day. So these are the accommodations I'm making so that I don't fall off track with stuff like that. Now, granted, I do have a little extra body fat on me right now, but I'm trying to put on some muscle, and that's just the name of the game.
I'll give you some body fat if you want it.
No thanks.
He will train you. And Reef, these kinds of bits of advice are more for people like me. I don't work out. The only workout I get is I have a 10 to 15 minute walk to and from my car when I go to work every day.
That's your workout.
So like that is the only workout I get. I sit at a desk at work all day, and then I come here and I sit on games for 12 to 20 hours at a time. So, you know, these are the things that I need to do and work on more so than someone like Atacus. You know, me and Pohgren both have, you know, desk jobs. I don't know what Hypnotic does. I don't know what Gray does, but
I'm an
and
see, I'm an extremely active person. I don't think that he says stretching. How much do you suggest the guys who are doing extreme hours on launch doing for those people? How much do they need to do? Whenever you're on a flight path, like literally, like you're not gonna die if you forget to stretch one day. But how many times are you gonna be on a flight path in one day? So if you just remind yourself, like, flight path, all right, get up, go take a piss, come back, pop out a few push-ups. Next time, go take a piss, come back, do some leg stretching, do some, like, arm stretching. Like, if y'all really want me to demonstrate stuff you can do, I can do that. But,
oh, he's eating.
And also, yeah, dude, he's going. Look at him. Look at him, dude. He's gonna tilt his camera. Tilt his camera down, dude.
He looks like he's in so much pain.
Oh, I got muted on his channel for saying chug, chug, chug. Oh, God, he's in so much pain. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, F's in the chat for Grays, please. F's in the chat.
Yeah, he's gonna eat this gallon of ice cream. God. He's just at the top of the first one, dude.
Oh, God, he's gonna poop.
A gallon of milk in an hour, and this dude's eating fucking conjugated milk in this hour.
Oh my God! I really can't, man. I really can't.
Oh God!
He's the cream of the crop, dude.
The cream of the crop.
The cream.
I tell you what, tomorrow, brother, at 6 p.m. we are gonna be logging in. The servers are gonna be flooded, and we are gonna take back what's ours.
Giant, thanks for the follow, bro. Oh yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, brother.
We're taking back Azeroth.
By storm. Storm Jim. Oh yeah.
Reef asks, so when do you guys think that Phase 2 is going to launch? Man, I think probably like 3 to 4 months down the road. I don't think that they're going to rush it because they got
Yeah,
2
give it
years to
4.
go through
God, he
this
got
stuff.
brain
He's
freeze.
4.
He's definitely got brain freeze.
Oh, dude, that's
Bruh.
not even
He's
okay.
gonna
Oh,
He's like
no, he's still going.
He's like
He's still
shaking.
going, dude.
He's in so much pain.
He's determined.
Okay. For real though, does anybody have his like phone number just in case the dude like
No.
keels over? and
No,
the
if he-
little
if he-
guy-
I got his address.
If he dies on stream, then I mean, it goes viral and all of our
Dude,
channels
he's-
blow
we got
up.
it.
Yeah,
I
it
got it.
goes super viral.
GraysForDays dies the night before Classic, attempting to eat
Oh no,
a
dude.
gallon of vanilla
And-
ice cream.
And boys,
His
it
body will
is the
shut down
night
before
before
that.
Classic. Let's just go back to the hype real quick. Night.
Oh my god, the hype. If he
Wow.
dies,
Yeah, if he dies, he dies.
Leave him be.
Listen, only so many of us can be legendary or, become immortal through dying.
Yeah.
I'll let it just take
All
over
right?
my body.
There's a
for
limit.
love.
We're not. We can't all die here.
We'll recreate the World of Warcraft funeral video.
Brother.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So, what else we got on the chopping block here? We covered kind of doing the mini workouts, and I think actually to throw in something on that. If you die, I think you should get down and do 10 push-ups. Let your body know it's
Yeah.
gonna do some work if you
Yeah,
die.
exactly.
I like
I
If
that.
you
feel
die
that.
in real life, can you do push-ups?
Do
Oh,
10
God,
jumping
come
jacks.
on now. Look at his
Yourself if
face.
you die, man.
Oh
No.
man, poor Grace.
He's trying so hard, bro.
Get a cup of water.
He's going
He's in
hard.
so much pain.
He needs warm water is what he needs.
Actually, it might not be great because if what happens when the brain freeze, he's actually freezing his blood vessels. If he heats them up too quick, he can actually cause damage.
Oh shit.
So
man.
you should
like-
just do
Thank you,
lukewarm.
Dr.
Okay.
Lukewarm are actually like just above cold water. Like
God.
not lukewarm yet, but also not like room temperature. That's like why like thawing your meat under hot water is never a good idea.
Ah, dude, he needs to turn his camera down so he can like
He's
literally.
100%
He's got the other
let
camera
him
going,
puke
so I'm
on
assuming
stream.
that.
Oh, does
one's-
he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can't do anything right now. Like he's muted to us. He can't hear us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's because he's doing
Oh,
it on
I
his
gotcha.
own stream right now.
Yeah, like I can scream on his channel, but he ain't gonna see anything.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
Oh my god, dude.
I
So
swear.
Nah,
speaking of
okay.
self-harm, there's something I wanted to bring up and just talk.
Oh god.
What
so
we're doing
in the
right
nature of self-harm, all right. So there's a lot of people that are going to be doing some things that are less than honest as far as playing World of Warcraft. They want to go hard. They want to do what they can. They're going to be maybe purchasing some illicit substances for the
Like you're
first
up here.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe a little white powder. That is not my first suggestion, but maybe they're gonna bum some Adderall from a friend or something.
Yeah.
Do it.
If saying don't do it never works, right?
I know.
We see that in the South with abstinence. Doesn't work. So
Don't do coke and play
Don't do
WoW.
coke.
I don't
do
know,
coke and
man.
play WoW, man.
if
I
you
like
are
Coca-Cola.
going to do illicit substances, try and seek the advice of an expert who will give you good advice. Try not to overdo it. If your body's really telling you, right? If your body's telling you to sleep, get some. Don't do Adderall 3 days.
Yeah.
If
Unless
you
it's been
think it's gonna
prescribed
help
to in a
you and
certain
you want to
dosage,
do,
don't.
yeah, you shouldn't do it. If you're going to do it, please seek the help of someone who's got experience. Try not to overdo it.
Yeah.
Taking 4 pills of Adderall, no matter what your normal dosage is, if you've never done it before, don't do more than one, right? Don't take more than 1 pill if you've never done it before. Especially if
half.
you've never done it before, take half. Oh yeah, you're gonna feel half, right?
Yeah.
Avoid it. If you're not going to avoid it, try and seek someone who knows more about it than you do. That's
Yeah.
all I can say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the same
Someone
goes
throw in
with
the first
like
bucket.
energy drinks, or if you're gonna try pre-workout or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that. Be careful with the amount that you're taking in, because it can do the same thing to you. Like, not on the same level, but it can definitely like cause a heart attack if you're like, you know what, I've never taken pre-workout before, but people joke about taking 3 scoops. I'm gonna take 3 scoops. Don't do that shit.
Oh yeah,
Like,
what time
just-
are we at
just
with
don't.
Grace? I don't know.
Thank
I
you
have
for
no
the
idea.
Hear that
Jay
going?
Ziggy. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, Grace is just about done with his first bucket.
He's puking. He's
Oh.
puking.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I can see it.
Here it
Oh,
comes.
Grace, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh! I bet he feels better. I bet Glad he feels better.
Oh my god. Keep
Oh,
going,
that
dude.
poor baby boy. Oh no, he's still going.
Dude, yes.
Why?
So
Why?
great. His love for vanilla, for classic,
And
is
he's
so
dude, he's only
strong.
through 1 pint or 1/2 right now.
Oh, dude, no.
Poor guy.
Oh my
Like for
god.
real, he should like at this point. I think he should stop just in case his fucking
Oh,
body goes into
man.
like anaphylactic shock.
He's going for the
amount of
second
sugar.
one.
Dude,
He's
he's
going for the
doing it,
second.
man. He's doing it live, man.
Neon Zaru,
Killed the
Jack
empty
3D,
bucket.
Jack 3D
Hey, you know
is
what?
literally
He looks
like
better now.
borderline
He doesn't
meth.
look too bad.
Yeah, he looks okay. He's strumming through it. He's like, nah, you want to know what? That first one was just whatever. It was just whatever.
He
God.
Now
already
we're getting
beat
to
that.
the
Guys, I don't know
challenge.
about this. I think we need to stop him. I think we need to try to intervene.
I ain't stopping shit. This is comedy.
I'm sorry.
Look,
Hold on.
the
hold on.
intervention can come after he's done.
Yeah.
Come on, Grace.
But
stop, man.
back to the energy drink
Stop.
thing. Like, okay,
He's
I'm
eating
gonna
ice cream.
one of my primary sources for
Ice cream.
energy
Ice
drinks
cream.
is
A
going
gallon.
to be
A
like
gallon.
these monster energy drinks, right? So I drink at least like one of these on a daily basis as it is, and that's
Zeros, yeah, those are good.
and that's on top of a scoop of pre-workout that I take before I go to the gym. So I roughly know what my body can handle as far as stimulants go. So I know that like when I wake up in the morning, instead of having the pre-workout, I'm gonna have like 2 cups of coffee and eat some food. And then I'm gonna move on to, you know, like
Hey, rehab.
a few, like, you know, eat like good food later on, and then, you know, go like
How about the Def Camp special?
when I reach the point where it's like, all right, it's about time for me to go to bed normally, when I'm like, say 4 hours out from that or something, then I'm gonna have an energy drink, and then maybe some more food, and kind of regulate it from there. But this is just the real thing is like the real rough part is gonna be if you're going for 24 hours straight. If you're just doing like 18 hours, you can probably get by without doing energy drinks or anything, but still,
He needs. Oh, he's gonna throw up again.
just
Oh
don't.
my god.
Oh, he told me, he's like, I don't want to hear it, Pohgren. This is worse than what people are going to be doing for themselves for the next week. And I'm like, dude, that doesn't mean you need to do it.
Cheers himself.
Oh my god. Okay. Like, legit, when he gets back on with us, there's 3 things we got to look for. 1,
Oh my
he
god.
feels lightheaded. 2, if he starts getting flush.
He's already flushing
Well,
like
dude, I know he's already flush, but I mean, like, sugar, like, there's a lot of sugar going to his body at once.
Yeah,
He's
no,
just
he
spiking
needs
it.
to go puke all this up afterwards.
I told him to go puke.
it's
after this.
dangerous.
Like,
Uh,
like this is dangerous.
look at his
man.
fucking face.
He's got a minute. He's got a minute. I can't believe he already vomited.
There's no way he's gonna fucking put it down, dude.
God.
He's like, yeah, dude. Is he throwing the towel? No, he's still talking through it. He's talking his way through it, man.
He's like a skinny space ghost.
Like after he threw up the first time, I was like, okay, he needs to stop. Like I would have been like, okay, I'm done. Like I'm done. Like I would have been like, okay, guys, I threw
Nah,
up. I can't do
man. The only way to
He's-
get that
wait,
taste out of
is
your
he
mouth is
puking
more
into the
vanilla
bucket?
ice cream.
I think he just puked into the ice cream bucket.
it. Yeah, he's puking right now.
I'm pretty sure he just puked into the ice cream
he's
bucket.
staring at the camera, dude. He's like, all right.
Eat the puke. Eat the puke.
Uh-oh,
Eat
dude.
the puke.
Uh-oh,
He's
dude.
not eating it. He's not eating it.
I'm telling you, he just
Come
puked
on,
into
he's
the
gotta
bucket,
tap
dude.
out. He's got to tap out.
He's tapping in, dude. He's got to be tapping that out. Oh, dude. Oh, there's another challenge in chat. DefCap maybe 40 Snapple chug stream.
Oh God, no.
Oh,
You will
yeah.
turn that man off of fucking Snapples
Oh.
for the rest of your life. DefCap, don't do it. Don't
my
chug the
God.
Snapples.
Def Camp. If I'll. Oh my God, he's gone.
Yeah, Grays is done, dude.
Oh man, just like
He's
God.
throwing it in. He's throwing it in.
he's
That
throwing
look
it
of
in,
a
boys.
child
It's
getting
done.
caught
It's done.
stealing something.
He threw
Yeah.
up back in his bucket. He's not gonna eat it. Thank God it's over, man.
Oh, my
DefCap,
God.
did you say 40 Snapples? Oh my God, DefCap,
Like,
no.
Def Camp, don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh,
Don't do it.
No, don't
Hey,
do it.
hey, he could
It's
at least
just
do.
40 Snapples.
He could do
No.
40 and it'd be different flavors at least. Then it
Like,
wouldn't
dude,
be
he'd
like
throw
as
up.
bad.
He
I
would
feel
throw
like.
up.
I'm telling you,
Nah,
he
that's
would
just way
throw
too-
up, and then he would
There's too
hate
much Snapple-
Snapples
there's
for
too
the
much
rest of his
Oh my
life.
God.
Graceless says, "I was here. Where were
was
you?"
here.
I was here. I remember seeing this.
The Snapple
Gray
gallon.
almost
I'm gonna
kill
go ahead and wipe
himself
my
with ice
forehead
cream.
for him right now. No, it's not
Yeah,
okay.
dude.
Don't. Def Camp, don't.
DefCap.
Yeah, just straight up.
So is that okay, right?
Just straight up, do not do it, Def Camp. It doesn't matter if it's diet or not. Just don't. I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about it hurting you. I'm talking about it mentally fucking with you for the rest of your life. Don't do it. I'm telling you, man.
I'm sitting here like I'm.
That man loves his Snapples, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
and doing that, like drinking that much Snapple in one sitting, man. That
it's
can
like
literally.
tequila. It's like that much tequila one night. You just never have tequila again.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm proud that he made it through a gallon. I'm proud he made it through a gallon, but he threw up like probably
half gallon. He made it through a half gallon.
Yeah.
But then
I'd
he made it
say
through a half gallon. So
Even
like,
half gallons, ridiculous
I mean,
amount
like-
in the speed he did it.
and the fact that it's
like-
partially melted, so it's also super foamy and shit.
Look
Me
at
too,
his
Def
face.
Camp. Me too.
Yeah,
Def Camp,
same
don't do it,
Def
bro.
Camp.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I wanna
Save
see it
yourself
now.
from hating
I
Snapple.
wanna
You love
see it now.
Snapple.
Yeah, you do love
Jesus.
Snapple, dude.
Like I said, Def Camp, if you need extra kick, the rehabs are limited. I think you might dig them
Oh my god.
as an
Actually,
energy drink.
The rehabs actually are supposed to put you to sleep, aren't they? Like, don't they have like?
No, they're energy.
Oh god, he's showing it off. I think, or he just got his camera and he thinks he's showing it off.
Yeah,
No,
no,
he's
he's,
showing it off on his.
Oh, it's on the floor. Oh, it's everywhere. Oh, why did I look at that? I didn't need to see that.
I want to see.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking god, man! I hope he's okay. Like, I'm sitting here freaking out at this point. You guys are like, if he dies, he
seems like
dies.
he's
I'm like,
fine,
I don't
dude.
know about that, man.
Seems like he's okay.
If he
Yeah,
does,
but
he
he
does.
could just get off the stream later and then just go. And like just fall over in his chair.
I just hope he does it on stream.
Oh my god, Atticus.
Jesus, Atticus with no shame for GraysForDays.
So Reef's got a pretty good question. Who do you think's getting to 61st out of
Oh, I ain't.
I know Pohgren's not. I know Pohgren's out.
Dude, I'm totally out. I have to work the day after a launch.
I'd say that I'm gonna definitely be a top contender for it. I mean,
Yes,
I'm
guys,
literally
please
gonna
raise
be
it.
going 24 hours the first day, if not 36, and then sleeping 6 on 18, sleeping 6 on 18 for the remainder, until I hit 60. So
Yes, sir.
I have pretty much the same plan in a 5-man melee cleave,
Yeah.
but 48 hours the first day.
yeah,
God dang, man. Like
Yeah,
we're
I mean,
doing
like,
we're
if-
doing 12 hours in our melee cleave. We're doing 12 hours, and then we're gonna sleep. We'll sleep somewhat of a normal sleep schedule, just like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, go to sleep
yeah,
for 6, and then we're gonna do 18, 6, 18, 6, 18, 6 all the way
yeah.
up.
So if we're just going off math, not accounting for necessarily if any of us have a better path than the others, right? We probably all have pretty similar paths.
Mhm.
That may put me ahead, but that may,
Yeah, see,
how
that's
much
the
we
thing.
lose.
If you can keep your group consistent, then you would definitely win, because melee cleave 5-stack dungeons is just god tier. I just wouldn't be able to keep that many people in line for that amount of time that could keep up with like my desire to do it. I don't know enough people to do it.
tough,
The
man.
bathroom.
But yeah.
Grace,
But,
can you
yo,
hear me? Can you hear me?
Abyss. 6 hours is all I sleep every night
Just
anyway.
go get it out. Just go get it out.
yeah. And
Yeah.
Abyss, I sleep on average 5 hours
Can
a
you hear us?
day,
Yeah.
normal. So
Damn, man.
we're gonna be doing 6. I'm
This
gonna
is
have
the
extra
face of
time to
suffering
like
right now.
level stuff. But no, it's not the face of suffering. It's the face of regret.
Dude,
Okay, I'm back.
yes, dude.
Grace,
That was-
Grace,
I'm back. What?
go puke.
Grace, go puke.
I'm not
Oh,
kidding.
I already puked.
No,
I-
puke.
Go to the bathroom.
No, we
Puke
saw you
bathroom.
puke twice. Go
Yeah,
back. Go to the
please,
bathroom and
dude.
do it again.
You-
Try to
No, wait.
You,
do
Wait.
something.
Grace,
How did it look? How
this
was
is
that for
listen to me real quick.
Oh, it
This
was
is real.
horrible,
You
Grace.
run the risk
Oh my
of
God.
slipping into a diabetic coma. Go fucking puke.
Milk was a bad choice.
MW, thank you for the follow. Note, thank you for the follow.
God.
Dude,
Like,
that was
sweet
pretty
God,
sad.
man.
Oh my god.
Go pull the trigger, bro. Just go push the button, as
So
my cousin
funny,
used to
though.
say it. I gotta go push the button real quick. Just go
All
empty
right.
your system.
All right, I'll be back.
Clean
Yeah.
up. Clean
I'll
yourself
be
up.
back. And then I want to hear about how it
Clean
went.
yourself up.
I will. I will let you know, man. Okay.
Christ.
Just get a cup of water too.
Cup of water.
Grace should have used an add-on called the mop.
Over it.
It's all over his floor, apparently.
Dairy ice cream. Yeah, he should have used non-dairy ice cream. It might have been a little bit like get some sherbet.
Nah,
you're
dude,
right. It was
go
a
big or
bad
go
It had to be
home.
vanilla. I guess it had to be.
It
Vanilla.
had to be vanilla. It's classic, dude.
Yeah.
It was his
It's gotta be
sacrifice
vanilla.
to
Great.
the Blizzard gods of vanilla.
For years. Oh god, I'm like worried about the guy.
All right, so
you know what? He's gonna be fine.
While he's
youngest one on
gone,
this
let's go
panel,
ahead.
right?
Let's go ahead and move off of that and roll into the last topic. We got about 35 minutes left here. The last topic that we're going to talk about is just week 1 expectations across the board. Talk about ours. Talk about everybody that we know, what they're going to be doing, how we feel about it, etc., etc. So, I'll kick it off. My week 1 expectations, like, I don't think I'm going to get 60 in the first week, honestly. I mean, I could. Who knows? But I'm thinking that it's going to take me probably 8-9 days maybe. But I just want to be, I'm just going to play like nonstop basically until I hit 60. And then once I hit 60, I'm going to go back to my normal life and go to the gym for 2 hours. And I'll have like a week to come home and just play throughout the day like I would if I had a night off at work. So, but yeah. So, what about you, Hip?
I'll be basically for week 1, being a tank that's expected to be hopefully at the week 1 rag kill. We are gonna be pulling MC on Monday afternoon. So we are expected to have about 60 plus people at 60 or above for this pull off. We are going for world first, or at least top 10 if we can get there. Is the main goal. We'd be definitely happy with top 10, but we are polling for the world first. So personally myself, a lot of these guys that are in the hardcore raid, I only get a week. I get a week off work and then I'm back to playing WoW maybe 3 days a week, you know, for some good hours. But 3 days a week for me is all I can really afford when I'm doing my normal day job and I have a son and fiance and so on and so forth. But I'm getting carried basically by some of these brethren that are going to carry me through a melee cleave group. So we're going to go 12 hours, then we're going to go, 6 hours of sleep or 6 hours off. So you can't even sleep for 6 hours. It's going to be like 5.5 hours of sleep. Get up, eat something, shower, get back on. So then we're going to go 18-6, 18-6, 18-6. The real plug for me, though, is that I have a wedding I have to go to in Chicago. It's about a 3-hour drive for me on Saturday.
Look at him fucking dancing around it.
Grace is back.
Okay, he's not dead on the toilet. He's not dead, guys.
So I will be
good.
Basically, I'll be coming back from that wedding though, and be able to jump back into the group, and they're going to help me get to that 60 point. The best thing for this though is we are doing a melee cleave, which means I'll be getting loot the entire time prepping already before I even hit close to max level for that gear up that we need for that MC week 1 poll here in Invictus. So. It's going to be real, and GraysForDays, welcome back, my good sir. You feeling okay?
He can't hear you yet. Real quick.
Oh, he can't hear you yet.
Real quick, Wormwood says, melee cleave, what's that going to look like? What setup? The traditional melee cleave, to my knowledge, is 1 enhancement shaman with a healing set, and 4 arms warriors with sweeping strikes and whirlwind spam. And the thing about it is that you have Wind Fury at 30, you have Chain Heal from the shaman, you have sweeping strikes from the warriors, whirlwinds from the warriors. If you get ravagers at around level 37 from Scarlet Monastery, it doesn't matter who's got aggro because the shaman will never have it. And then you can just chain heal whenever there's spread damage. You can just freaking sit there and just bounce the aggro around AoE for days.
So is that your group, Atacas? Or do you have 4 warriors and a shaman?
No, if I do that, if I can find that, then I would do that. Because that. Like, when I was on the last beta that they put up, and they start everyone out at 40, anytime that it was, like, me and a warrior DPSing, we were just, like, doubling or tripling the DPS of everybody else. And it was, like, against mages, warlocks, and different druids. Like, we did it with a bunch of different stuff. There's stuff on my Twitch you can go watch of the old logs of the videos or whatever. But it's absurd the amount of damage that they do without a Wind Fury totem. But with a Wind Fury totem, it's even crazier.
Yeah.
It's the sweeping strikes whirlwind combo.
So I was gonna say, Thermophile, what is your group comp looking like for your melee
Our raid
cleave?
comp is actually a little light. It's gonna be 2 warriors, 1 rogue, 1 shaman, and 1. It's a little melee light. So it's not a full melee cleave, but it's going to be... the 4 guys I've got with me have done so much more preparation than I could even possibly have imagined.
Same here.
I actually have a replacement for one of the warriors that they had before who just wasn't going to be able to pull their weight. And just to, like, to give my expectations for week 1, I mean, realistically, we're going to be fighting login queues. Our goal, 48 hours to start. That's at a max. We're not going to push too much further than that unless we can really keep it going. Our minimum is 30 hours to start, and our goal is to at least be level 30 before we go to bed.
That's real, dude. Level
Yeah.
30 is good goal.
It's and the biggest thing is we're trying to avoid server crashes, right? So we want to get in an instance as soon as possible because you're less likely to get crashed out.
Because it's a
Yeah.
different world group. Yep.
But my guild TL, I actually, I'm new to them, but they are all really good. I've got people who I've raided with that are in the guild, and we're aiming to have everything set up and actually be clearing Molten Core on Sunday, and maybe have to put off Rag until Monday at the latest. So that's our goal.
Gotcha.
And whether that's world first or not, that's our goal. And I think we want to get that, and we want to get that first Rag kill before the reset, just so that we can, right after the reset, get a second. You know, maybe then start farming Ani as well. You know, so that's our goal. So
Gotcha. So my group comp, just to go back to group comps a little bit for, ours is a little different too. We got 2 warriors, a rogue, a shaman, and then, mic drop, a mage in there for utility uses. I know it's going to be a little weird, but I think it's going to be pretty proficient.
Whereas
Hey,
I'm
Grace.
sitting over here going, I'm not worrying about any of it.
Grace, you feeling okay? I feel like he's
Oh no, I'm all right. I'm just recapping like everything that just
No
happened.
warlock right now.
Woo!
Oh, Reef, thank you for the sub, bro.
Tier 1, there
Go
you
ahead.
go.
Go ahead. I'll go last because mine's not gonna be as complicated.
That was cracking me up, dude. I don't know if y'all caught it in the stream while I was eating that gallon of ice cream. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah,
yeah, we
no,
can hear you, brother.
While I was eating that gallon of ice cream, I puked halfway through, and I totally caught a second wind. I was like, "Oh, sweet!
Yeah, I saw
can
that,
finish
dude.
this
I
bucket
saw
now." And so I compared it to, everybody that's gonna be needing to catch that second wind come classic whenever you're grinding it out, 1 to 60, and you've got an 18-hour session going, and you're planning on going 30. And so you just got to stick with it, stay in there a little bit longer. Yeah, I thought it was good. It was a good omen, a good lesson to be learned for what we're about to experience this week.
If you get headaches, you get tremors in your body, you go to the fucking hospital. I kid you not, man. I kid you not.
I threw up a lot of it.
Good.
I think I got to the end.
Okay, get a cup of
So
water.
what's your week 1 expectation, Grace?
My week 1 expectation?
Mm-hmm.
I'll to hit 60, and I'll get it without a doubt. I don't know. Like I said, I kind of want to be a part of the week 1 rag kill. I didn't put any time into getting it done, but maybe if I had the, and they really needed somebody, maybe I could get in there as like a resto druid. But I doubt that I'm going to be a part of that. So realistic expectations, absolutely just hit 1 to 60, and try and pump out the little bit of content that I have planned. And so that's my week 1 prep. I'll hit 60 in a week, like without a doubt, just because of the amount of time that I'm going to be able to play. Like I said, I'm just taking 7 hours of school right now at college, and so I'll be able to play the rest of the time that I'm not at class or I'm not sleeping.
Gotcha. Pohgren, week 1.
Okay. My week 1, so I do have to work this entire week, so there's the rip right there, right, guys? So my job starts week 1, which I even told them in the interview, because I went for the interview, and they're like, hey, so do you have any PTO coming up? And I'm like, well, there's this time there at the beginning or the end of August, there's this. He's like, you're a classic WoW player, aren't you? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. But at least you'll start on a Tuesday. And I'm like, crap. Okay, well, I have to work. But that means I get to mitigate this a little bit. But my big week 1 expectation is to get my guild to grow. So, no fake wedding to go to. No, I can't do that. This is like week 1 training. For
It's a real wedding, goddammit. I have a real wedding to go to.
So my guild, the Elder Council, we have a bunch of great people on there right now. We've been just trying to grow our numbers. We're about 60 plus people, I think, at this point. There's a guild application. You guys are just checking it out. But that's my goal is to grow my guild. That's like whatever I can do from work, it's going to be on my phone. I'm going to be looking at guild applications. I'm going to be chatting with my other officers. I got some great people who are running it for me. I'll be coming home and playing when I can. I'll probably hit level 60 by the end of the 3rd week.
Very nice.
If I with the work schedule and stuff like that, who knows? Maybe I'll be able to do it within 2 weeks.
When's your guild expected to go into MC, brother?
Week 3 or like if I get to 60 before week 3, we probably could go in the middle of week 3, if not the end of week 3 into MC.
Gotcha.
So we'd be within the first month going, if not at the end of that first month going into MC.
Yeah. So just to clear a few things up for everyone for guild wise, I know we had a couple people asking within the chat for guilds. So myself and GraysForDays are in Invictus. We're both tanks inside Invictus. Atacas, Pohgren, and Thermophile, I believe, all have their own personal guilds that they are inviting for, and everyone is welcome to, of course, apply to Invictus and apply to their guilds as well. So
real quick,
yeah,
if you got a link for Invictus stuff, Camp, go ahead and just drop it real quick.
Oh,
and I'm gonna drop my link to my guild application in both of the streams right now, in Pohgren's stream and mine. So real quick, brief topic overview of mine. We are primarily focused on PvP. That means that we're gonna gear our tanks and our healers and whatnot to help us progress through PvE. But we are gearing the rest of the player base towards PvP. That means that the people who are leading the charge in our pre-mades are going to get priority on gear and whatnot. We had our last guild meeting recently. It went really well. But the application, I don't know if y'all can see how many have applied or not. It doesn't represent it that much. We're close to 40 people now, I think. So we're getting up there. But yeah, we're gonna my guild is gonna be on Harad. Our loot system is a loot council system. I think DKP penalizes people for having a job and having a real life, so I don't agree with it. But oh shit, scuffed. Pohgren just dipped out.
As Pohgren, yeah.
Okay.
No.
I don't know what just happened there. I'm sorry, I don't know what the hell just happened there.
We're good. Sorry. It put them all back in the right places.
Okay, cool. Rip.
But yeah, so if y'all want to apply to my guild, I put a link in both the streams. It's really just a formality. Everyone gets accepted. Yeah.
Same with mine, kind of a lot of times. I just want to make sure we got people who actually care enough to fill out most of the questions. The other thing is my guild is also doing kind of a loot council style. We're going to be doing loot council that's very open. We're going to change the loot council out, actually raid to raid. And we're also going to be using a rank system where the raid leader and the class leads determine everyone's ranking for their different class associations. So like if we have 5 warriors, each warrior will have their own rank, and even if they all end up having the same rank or like grade, if they're all A+ warriors, it goes down to the raid leader and the class lead to determine what's going to happen. We're on Harad, by the way, Big Low.
The way, real quick, the way I'm saying that DKP penalizes people is if you have responsibilities and you can't raid one night, then you don't get DKP for that week. And whether there's a cap on stuff or not, that can still impact someone over time and just completely screw them out of gear.
So I'll jump into that a little bit because Invictus is going off DKP. We're going based off of the zero base DKP system, and we modified it heavily for our use. So this is going to be, we have 5 raid groups. Yes, 5 full raid groups currently. And we are looking for more people to kind of fill out the bench areas in a couple specific areas that we need some more people on. So that's inside of our applications. But basically what we're doing is it's guild wide. So the best thing about it is, let's say you're in group 1 and you're going hardcore, and then all of a sudden you have a kid and you got to jump into someone else's raid group that has, let's say, like for instance, Grays and mine, Sidewinder, which is raid 3. We raid twice a week. Your DKP carries over, and it carries over in between all of those raid groups. So if you have enough time to fit into 2 raid groups, you get the DKP. And zero base does decay, and there is a certain cap as well within that system. For particular things like Thunder Fury and the Hammer of Rag, we are going to loot base console those per raid group. But then we're also going to, we deem you worthy of hosting that up as the crown jewel for the guild. You have to spend the DKP for that, and legendaries have a heavy burden of DKP on them. But it's still based within the system, so everyone gets the DKP back for that type of thing. And then also we're doing DKP within PvP system too, so like you can get some DKP and also loot within raids. for being a PvPer. If you get to Warlord and High Warlord status, you're able to actually come into raids and get gear, even though you weren't, part of that raid group. If that, let's say Group 1's been on farm for MC for a month and you need a particular set of gear off a boss, more than welcome to come in as one of our best PvPers representing out there for Invictus. You can come in and lay claim on a piece of gear. So it's a very interesting system, and it's not just regular old GKP. So it's definitely going to be a very in-depth system that goes into. So.
And to kind of clear up my thing a little bit too, because I know a lot of people are like, so how the hell are you going to trust your guild officers? Everyone who's in a guild officer position in my guild right now, I can trust to be a voice of my guild as well. They represent us. They represent the people who are in it. They represent being chill. They represent everything I was looking for in management, and I'll hold them to that standard. The moment I feel like they step out of line, like it's all thunder comes down. Like I have people who I can trust to be the guild officers. I trust them to run the guild if I ever were to leave for some reason. I know the guild will continue because these guys wanted to, so which never happened. But
real quick, Phazo or Tazo, wow, DKP is flawed because any system that is an imaginary currency that you have in a video game will have a negative impact on someone who has a responsibility who cannot attend when you are earning that imaginary currency. Regardless of whether there's a cap on it or however you spend it, eventually it will catch up to you and you will have less than other people. So that's why I don't agree with it.
I mean, that's definitely an opinion on it, and everyone's welcome to their own opinions on it in a way. Now, one thing I will say, as someone who, grew up not being very popular, I definitely have been in situations, not necessarily on Nostalrius. I was actually pretty lucky. I got the share of a lot of things for no reason. But I've definitely been in situations with Loot Council where just I got looked over a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
One thing I will say is that every system is going to have, there's always going to be a positive and negative to every system. My guild is not run by me. I'm not an officer. I'm here to tank, and I'm new to that guild, right? A lot of these guys are either running their guild or they helped set it up. So my situation's a little different as far as the guild. I'm going in and I'm brand new to the guild. DKP is a way I can ensure that I can get gear, right? I can't go into this guild of people who I know 2 raiders in, right? That kind of referred me. So I've got a good idea. I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to get gear through a Loot Council, through performance maybe, but maybe not. You never know how things are really going to work out.
Now, are you main tanking?
No, the guild leader's the main tank as it should be. I am going to be working as hard as I can to be secondary, tertiary. But the guild's big enough, we may end up having 3 raid groups eventually. So I mean, so there's flaws to every system. But one of the things is, especially if you're joining a guild that you've never been in, DKP might be something you want, because while you may not be able to accumulate the DKP for say it's phase 2 and BWL's out or whatever, so maybe you may not be able to get BWL gear right away, because you're joining phase 2 with no DKP, but you're still going to be able to get gear. You're still going to be able to accumulate that currency, right? Whereas with Loot Council, maybe you'll get it, maybe you won't. And even with DKP, they're not going to shard gear just because you don't have DKP. No guild's going to do that. They're jerks, and
if they're smart about it.
Yeah.
If they're definitely smart about it.
It can definitely be either or.
But one of the main things is gear will always come as long as you're down in bosses. That's what you guys got to get out there and do. You'll get the gear eventually, especially in phase 1, man. We're gonna be in it for I would guess 5-6 months, man.
I'm gonna say minimum 4, maximum 6.
Def Camp just said it, guys. It's officially the 26th on the East Coast. Wow, comes out today. The day is motherfucking here. Hype. Gotta do some curls. Fuck everybody. Gotta do some curls.
About as hyped as I get.
Yeah. He hyped himself right to the bathroom, dude.
I mean, I I don't know how I'm feeling right now. I don't know what to say. Like I'm kind of in this euphoric state. I'm not really excited. You guys are talking about loot council.
That's the sugar talking.
Yeah, it's the sugar talking. I know. I think I might just not be in the right state of mind. But I'm in this.
Get that fucking pump. It's time to get a fucking pump. It's time to get a fucking pump. Gotta get a fucking pump. I'm not gonna stop.
Grays, you're feeling the calm before the storm, the adrenaline before the burst, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
The
I don't know what to expect in less than. Jeez, look at Atacus. Literally, so what are we, 16 hours away?
man.
16 hours out, and I don't know what I'm gonna experience.
You know, Grays,
17 hours, 55 minutes.
that's actually one of the best ways to do it. You know, you don't know what to expect. You have an idea, but you don't know 100% what to expect. You know, that's one of the best things to have. Especially, I mean, some of us are, you know, veterans. We've done it on private servers, retail, you know. We know what to expect. Not necessarily knowing is a whole different adventure. It's tons of fun. In a way, I envy that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I can see that, Thermo. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't have my weapon progression planned out. Granted, I'm a druid. I'm probably going to be dual leveling a bunch of these spots, but I'm going to be experiencing so much stuff just off the fly come Classic in this 1 to 60 race. Now, guys, I know it's a race to 60, and that's kind of weird. That's something that I don't normally want to do. Normally, I want to take it slow. But the fact that I'm going into it kind of blind, this is still going on. The fact that I'm going into it blind is going to be a really cool experience for me. Even though I'm going to rush through the content, I didn't prep. Like I said, I don't know where the hell I'm going to go. I don't know where I'm going to end up. I'm just going to be going back to back to back to back. So it's kind of cool from my perspective. I've never hit level cap. I've never rated in vanilla. I've never required loot. You know, we're having all these discussions, talking about all these things, and I'm just in this euphoric state of I don't know what to expect, and I don't know how this experience is gonna be. Like, and I'm kind of mad that I'm not more hyped than I am.
I'm kind of mad nobody else is getting a goddamn pump right now.
Oh man, I was doing it.
Pohgren runs to the fucking back. Keep going, guys. Grace, keep going.
Oh yeah. I wish I was a little bit more pumped than I am. But
Pumped.
Pump it up.
Pump up the jam. Pump it up while your feet are for the horde.
Right now, it's a weird thing. I've been dreaming about this all my life, and now I'm not as hyped as I thought I would be. Or I am. But like, I think whenever I go to sleep and I wake up an hour and a half before the game launches, I think that's when it's gonna get.
This is assuming you're gonna be able to fall asleep.
Oh, I'm gonna get something here. I'm not a big advocate for pharmaceutical drugs or whatever else. Like, I'm taking some sleep aid in order to make sure that I can go to sleep. Yeah, especially after eating that gallon of ice cream.
Yeah, that ice cream talk, dude.
Dude, I've got to clean up all this crap now. It made such a mess.
Atticus, you're gonna be sweating in your suit, bro.
I'm good.
That's some
Those are only 20s. It's fine.
Wow.
I've been mind played by the ice cream. Yeah, Tessa, wow, Grays, the dungeons will actually be fun while leveling. The dungeons will actually be fun again, right? That's what you should say.
Real quick, everybody, every single person in here. John Gotti's bringing this up real quick. Punkrat kind of got screwed over. Somebody sent him a picture of his character to open on stream, and he opened it up, and it ended up being like porn. Dude got like a 3-day ban on Twitch right before this shit happened.
I saw that.
So what we need to do, every single person in here, if you can open up a ticket to Twitch and be like, hey man, we need to do something about this, let him stream it.
That's debatable, but I hear you, Atticus.
It's I mean, it wasn't like he was doing it on purpose, you know? He may have messed up, but like he shouldn't be penalized for that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we can go down that route if you want.
Well, I'm not saying we need to talk about it. That was just a quick thing. Just quick thing to go back to what you were saying. Sorry about that.
Oh no, I mean, it's kind of an interesting talking point, and we're not even talking bad about the guy. It's just an unfortunate situation of all things. He got a 3-day ban.
It's like
before it all
But he
happened.
said he's gonna miss the first 17 hours of classic launch, and as a content creator, it's huge. It's everything.
It is.
Like and even though it's not that big of a deal, it is. It's everything. But like, even though it's only 17 hours, imagine the morale. Like, not a morale boost, the opposite of a morale booster. Like that is a shot to your morale. You gotta be feeling so bad not being able to stream it in the position that he's in. So I don't know. It's unfortunate. I'd hate to be in his spot, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah,
Some
man.
douchebag in the Fairlane Discord did it.
So,
Barely
I mean,
even
here's the deal. You know,
Atticus,
you're
have you-
liable for what your community does, and to an extent. So if anyone in your community, you know, on your stream, whether you control it or not, you know, you're liable for what they post, and you know, if you show it on stream. Just like if in the European Union you share copyrighted material, right, on YouTube, YouTube is held liable, right? So this is something that major, you know, governments have actually put into law, and is a real issue. You know,
Yeah.
so it's
Well, I mean,
it sucks. It sucks. It really does. But
yeah.
have
It also
to-
happened to Dr. Disrespect too, man. Like his camera guy just followed him into the bathroom, and he got like permabanned on Twitch for like, well, it was supposed permaban, but now he's back. But same thing. He didn't tell him to follow him in there, but he did, and he filmed in a public setting where there was other people in there, and there you go.
He talked to him the whole time, though. He knew he followed him. It's not like it wasn't.
Yeah.
He just wasn't thinking, is all.
God
It's just
bless
like wasn't a
America.
big deal.
America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right.
So one
right
big
now.
thing I'm going to be missing this week, I know we talked over planning, and I actually forgot to mention it. So Saturday is my girlfriend's 30th birthday. I'm 34.
Oh.
So she was around for mine, and she knew about Classic WoW before I knew what her birthday was. We started dating last November, and I've been talking about it. I've been talking about it ever since, and she knows. So I took off this entire weekend. I turned the data off on my phone. I
There
did
you
not turn
go.
on my computer.
Put that time
Didn't
in,
watch
man.
TV.
Hey.
Not only for my own visual health, so to speak, my own vision, right? But you know, to spend more time with her.
Yeah.
Did everything I could, and you know, we're gonna, of course. She was accepting, right? She's like, I know I'm dating a gamer. I can get over this. You know.
I gotta
You know,
get
I
over
I can
this.
even talk on that too. Thermo, this
I
last week.
I was
This
gonna
last-
say I gave her a great weekend this weekend, so hopefully she.
It was
Get
funny,
over it.
man. I was expecting to see like a lot of content creators pushing out content. And myself, I wanted to put out a couple videos. Dude, we got to the end of the week, and my fiance is like, "I'm not gonna see you for 6 weeks. I'm not gonna." You know what I mean? Like the next
Rough.
2 months,
Ghost.
like you're gone. And so
Ghost.
I kind of had to sacrifice this weekend for the people around me. I moved her in. She was moving apartments this weekend, so spent time with her. I could have stayed at my apartment and got ready for the game, but I think everybody else found that boat too. That's getting ready for Classic. It cracks me up that the launch of this game is literally going to take everyone away from their personal lives.
I want to know like the aspect of like how many people are gonna miss work tomorrow.
Oh, I'm skipping class on Tuesday.
Today.
Like,
No,
if I
like,
have
how
work.
about
I want to know
how
the
about
actual
this metric?
statistic, though.
How about this? How many people are supposed to go to work tomorrow
Exactly.
but are calling
And they're
out tomorrow?
sick.
That's
I
what
want to know, dude.
Death
wanna
Camp, you're
know.
not single. You're getting married.
It's got to be like 30%, right? 40%, like
Death Camp, you have a
20%
live-in
population?
maid. You're not lonely.
Yeah, it's his brother, bro.
no, man, I had a bunch of stuff
Well,
planned.
I think you actually got a sweetheart who keeps donating to you a lot of Canadian dollars.
That's right.
She keep dropping the dollar hollers on you like crazy.
I had
I
plans.
have Melder on you.
I had plans set up for me and the girl I was with, but we broke up like not this past Friday, but the Friday before that. It was sad face. F's in the chat for my relationship and
So
fucking
you're
love
single
life.
right now, Atticus?
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah!
wait,
why
I'd
did
say
you
that
break
in the
up
best
with
way
You
possible.
know what?
Why
The
did
blonde
you
is not coming back anymore. No
What?
more blonde in the
There
background.
was never a blonde
She was
in the
always
background.
back
Hello?
there
Oh, no,
eating
I'm sorry.
potato chips behind you. She
Yeah.
was always
So-
watching.
Yeah.
She was chilling.
Single, ready to mingle.
but
Atticus, you can't even be mad though,
Respect.
right? And I'm
no,
not.
I mean like it was just over some stupid
Atticus is
shit,
gonna
and it was
cling to
just
the
like
first girl that comes by and rolls
Who's
a heel.
that? The only Kakashi. I'll date Atticus for the horde. Kakashi, come on, bring it. I don't even care.
I'll take the responsibility.
Man.
Devite said, "Grats, Atticus."
thanks everybody.
No,
It was
it
it was the
does-
perfect timing for it to happen,
That's
but it's like sad because
but
like
if it was
everything
meant to
was
be-
yeah, everything was great, but it was literally just a misunderstanding, and like she just took everything I said out of proportion, and I was just like, I'm just trying to talk about a problem here, and she thought I was being nasty to her, and I'm just like, I'm talking like a normal person. She's like, yeah, but you're not being sweet, and I'm like, that's
Listen, Atticus.
that's
people
If
talk.
she would have dumped you in 8 weeks from now, and you spent a lot of time with her and not as much time as you.
Oh
could've
yeah,
spent
trust me, no,
now,
I know. See, there's also this I'm a pretty fucking cold individual already, so it didn't really phase me for more than like a day. I was just like, that sucks. All right, back to the gym.
That's
No, but you gotta, you know, in the real world, you know, you have to take things that way sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's things are gonna suck in life, right? And you're never going to be able to get over permanently the fact that things are gonna suck. And if you take everything too far to heart, right, and you let everything affect you permanently, then you're just gonna wind up like an 18-year-old completely damaged. You gotta heal, you know.
And Goat in my stream, he said typical mansplaining. I mean, literally like that. I'm not even like exaggerating. I'm not really cutting anything out. It was literally just me trying to like talk about a very tiny problem, and it turned into like this big argument, and I'm just like, where did this even come from? But
it was probably already on her mind.
No, and that was part of it. She was like, yeah, like I've been thinking about stuff like this. Why you not tell me? Why you not tell me? Like we just talk about it. Like I don't get it. But it's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Yeah, my penis is tiny. That's right, Fear.
Fear.by, right? He just gave me a really good idea for a question, you guys, and I'll lead with my own story. What's the biggest piece of guild drama, like juiciest guild drama you've ever run into? And I'm gonna set the stage with mine, right? Back in the day, retail vanilla, we had a guild leader who was a main tank, and there was this druid healer. It was a woman who was dating this hunter dude, I think, right? They were dating, they lived together, right?
Story time.
Eventually, something happened where they kind of broke up, and then the guild like found out later on down the road that she had moved in with the guild leader, and is now dating the guild leader, and had moved. And it was just like this. It was the craziest, the juiciest piece of guild drama I've ever heard in my life. And this is 15 years ago, so I'm not, you know, I don't.
Are they even
details.
Together still? Did
I
DC
have
come
no
out
idea.
and they just break?
That's crazy.
I parted ways with that guild back then.
She gets plus 500 DKP.
It was just like the craziest thing that ever happened, like real life drama.
Okay, so I got one. That's on the same level. Okay, so my first raiding guild was in Wrath. I didn't raid until Wrath. In this case, I can be quote unquote a Wrath baby because I didn't start doing a lot of the end game content until Wrath. The first guild I was a part of was just some like wasted time kind of thing. My buddy was in. He's like, here, I'll get you an invite so you can actually try to raid and learn how to play warrior and all this stuff. The raid leader and the guild leader were the same person. I can't even remember his name anymore, but his girlfriend was the main healer in the guild, similar to what Thermophile is talking about here. Like months go by, there's a little bit of tension and everything like that. She's really like just kind of a really cool person. He's kind of a really cool person, at least from what I saw. But like, I guess she had strung along like 5 different guys in the guild. And was using them for gear and money, and she left. She was like, I'm done. I'm done with this. Like, some of this is real, some of this is fake. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Yes, I did this. Like, it didn't like go nuclear. What came after was just the saddest excuse of a person. I had to sit and listen to him for like an hour and a half, listening to Comfortably Numb, drinking his ass to sleep. Yeah. And I was just like, I can't bring myself to leave because I'm a compassionate person, and I feel you, bro. But like, goddamn.
You need to learn from Atacas there.
Like I guess he had been with her for like 5 years. They were high school sweethearts, and I was just like, damn. Well, she just went tits up, so chin up.
Did you guys see Def Camp's little story he's got there? It says, I have a really embarrassing guild moment as well. Buddy invited to this guild. My buddy invited me to this guild, and I was there for a bit. Got into a dungeon. Little did I know, I ended up talking shit on the person I am in voice chat with. Like on chat, like in chat.
Oh my god.
She started crying and I got G kicked.
That's hilarious.
You know what, Def Camp? If you were talking shit about them, they deserved it.
Yeah, honestly though, I think we've all been there. Like, I have definitely at some point talked shit.
I've been talked about, and then
Yeah, like I've talked shit about people being terrible on voice chat, and then realized, oh, you're the guy in game. I'm sorry, but fuck you. But anyway,
if
we
Def
are.
Camp was talking shit, they deserved it.
I didn't know it was her. Sure, Def Camp. Sure.
Yeah, and the only Kakashi said is someone who's dated gamers someone who's dated gamer guys, they go nuts online for female gamers, and it can be stressful on the relationship if it's not solid. I've been telling y'all since day one, you don't want your woman to play WoW with you. As cool as it sounds, it's kind of like the development of classic WoW. You don't want to introduce anything into the mix, into the formula, even though it may seem
First
minimal.
off, my girl is her own person. I will not tell her not to play the game because I'm afraid some douchebag on the internet's gonna go ahead and hit on her. I'm sorry. I'm not insecure enough to feel that my girlfriend, my fiance, is in some sort of danger gaming with these horny guys on the internet.
Well, it's not even that, Pohgren. It's not even that. It's your lady getting into your me time.
No, not my me time. My me time is with my lady. My me time is with my lady.
There you go.
I have a balance of a good relationship. I don't feel like my lady's invading my time because I want my lady with me. And my lady wants to her.
So anyway, guys, we
I'm
have
gonna go
gone.
ahead and agree to just a real quick point because I know Atticus is trying to kick us all out. So a real quick point.
I do what I want. Damn right you do, fish cake. Love you, honey.
In a way, a lot of times couples long term want to have slightly different hobbies, right? If your life is World of Warcraft and her life is, RuneScape, why not?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That actually gives you guys something in common at the same time as it gives you guys two different hobbies, right? That way you can enjoy some separation of space.
Absolutely.
Because that can be
you need it. It's healthy, yeah.
If it works for you, that's great, and I'm not gonna say it won't because I think that sounds amazing, right? But I'm just saying it can be healthy to have separate hobbies.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
Definitely. I agree with that statement for sure, 100%.
So, we have reached the end of our discussion for the night. We kind of went off track towards the end there, but it's fun. Everybody likes to talk about their lives outside of the game as well and stuff, but make sure that you throw us all follows across all of our...
My wife tolerates my WoW addiction, my girlfriend doesn't. Oh!
Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit.
But make sure you guys follow us all across all our different platforms and whatnot. If you guys want to, go ahead and post your stuff in each of the chats just so people can take a gander at it. But that is going to be it from us tonight. I appreciate every single one of you coming by. I love the fact that Def Camp came over and hosted it on Twitch. Appreciate that, Def Camp, spreading the love around. But anybody got anything else to say?
Dude, 1 week. Not even a week. We're less than 24 hours.
baby?
Like I said,
some time travel there.
It's the sugar talking.
It's the sugar
it's the
talking.
excitement, the nerves. Everybody's got big plans. Everybody's got big goals. I hope that you achieve them in Classic WoW. I hope to hear about them. Thanks, everybody that's tuned in.
Appreciate it, everybody.
The discussion. It's been a good time. Enjoy yourself in Azeroth.
Yep. We will see you there, or we will see you at another time.
7 days, boys.
What is that? I love you, man.
Yeah, wait, that's really confusing. Yeah. I don't know if you're actually going to be there. Are you going to be there?
I don't even know why.
Nope, I'll be there. I'll be there. All right. Love you all.
I got to sign this off like normal. Don't do this to me. Real quick. Good night, Azeroth.
Bye, you creeper.